Hello and welcome to Stretford Paddock. This is the WatchAlong. Manchester United versus Leeds. Pre-season starts now. The new transfers, one of them at least, is in. Manchester United building up to next season. As far as I'm concerned, this is Amrim's first game. The Amrim era begins. And we've got a hell of a lineup to bring it in with you. Jay Motty's here. How are you, Jay?
Yeah, I'm good, man. I agree. I share your enthusiasm, Joe.
Why are you picking your eyes and saying it with a dour voice then?
Because it made me laugh when we did our preview yesterday. All the comments were like, I'll have some what Joe's had. Joe's so giddy, I'm with it.
How can you not be?
Yeah,
I'd also been for a 40-kilometre bike ride and I was absolutely flying, to be fair.
And we just got the Umbumo deal done, which obviously just was a massive relief for everyone. So, I'm with you. I think the Amrin era starts now.
Starts now, and Scotty's here as well.
Forget last season.
Yeah, man. Ruben's revolution begins.
Yeah,
this is it. I'm looking for it.
How are you feeling, Scotty?
Very positive. The opposite of what the vacuum that my social media would suggest. I'm really positive going into the season.
I've not seen you much recently on social media.
Yeah, I bought a new piano and I'm writing a book.
Really?
Yeah.
You're not using the piano to write the book, are you? Because that's
I might as well just do that.
Yeah. You can only write a book with the letters A, B, C, D, E, and F. That's a shit book, isn't it? Let's be honest.
All right, let's not downplay it already.
Sorry, no. The book will be great, but he's not writing it with the piano, thank God. We've got loads to talk about. Let's just get into the team news to start with, because we've got that lovely early season 65 subs, which we'll get into, and we'll go through all of this right now. We've got Altay Bayındır in goal, sporting a new haircut, if the picture is to be believed. A little swept over. Sort of partying style, I like that. Nusayr Mazraoui, I'm not going to do full names for everyone. We've got De Ligt, got Luke Shaw at centre back, which answers a question I think a few people have had about where he's probably going to be playing this season. I think that answers that. We've got Ahmad at wing back as well, which is another one that's interesting. We're going to look at that a little bit as we go on. Collier's in there as well, which is exciting. We've got Casemiro and new transfer Diego Leon as well. I say new transfer, we signed him in January, but he played the rest of the season at his parent club, has now come over to join us for the pre-season, and there he is, which is very exciting to see. And that's another conversation point we're going to have in a minute. What's just happened with Harry Amas and Leon, because immediately one has been pushed out and one is staying for the season, so that's very interesting to talk about. Bruno Fernandes in that number 10 role, alongside new transfer, £62.5 million, Matheus Cunha, 15 league goals last season. One hell of a player. We'll talk about him, of course. And Chido Obi up front as well, the young star. I'm going to go through the substitutes and then we'll get your guys' thoughts on everything. So we've got Heaton, me, Dalot, Dorgu, Fredrickson, Heaven, Kakonki, Maguire, Monroe, Yoro, Fletcher, Kone, Mainu, Mount, Ugarte, Hoyland, Mantato, and Williams. So it's a very, very heavy and large squad there. More subs than there are legal substitutes. So we'll see how that goes down. But it's a pretty strong lineup, isn't it, Jay?
Yeah, it is, man. It's. I mean, obviously, it's the first game of pre-season. We fly away in a few days. There's loads of subs. You can't look too much into it. There are some positives already, like you're saying, seeing the debutants in Diego Leon and Cunha getting a start. Luke Shaw being fit. Hopefully he can play some sort of part this season. I know we say it every year, but he is a good player. It's just he's never fit. And also Toby Collier, I said it a few months ago. I think it'll be an interesting season with Toby Collier, because I feel like last season was a bit strange when he came in the worst circumstances you can almost come in, 2-0 down against Liverpool at half-time, replacing Casemiro.
Yeah.
Then had some good performances, had some good games. I think at the Emirates, I want to say, I thought he was particularly good when we beat him in the FA Cup. And then when it was like, there was a bit of a discussion going on about whether he could maybe make a few more starts, he got injured. So I know it's only a pre-season friendly, but this season on the whole could be interesting for Toby Collier. And yeah, the back three and the goalkeeper as well, Bayındır. I said this in my news the other day. People got a bit aggy. I like Bayındır, right? I think he's a lovely lad. My kids met him, they loved him, and that matters to me. And I know it does everyone's head when I say that. But I feel like every time he plays, he's done something wrong. I feel like he's had like a mistake in him, and I want to see him stop doing that and just have a sort of, drama-free game. I know this is a friendly, but if he could do that, then maybe he can be in that discussion about whether he's going to replace Onana, because when he has come in for Onana, even like you saw it back in the last season, like the Villa game, that goal was disallowed. I thought he got away with it then. There's just been one or two things, so this could even be an opportunity for him because the manager's going to have to make a decision for the Arsenal game whether Onana's fit or not.
Yeah, it's very exciting. I like this line. I just want to talk to you, Scotty, about seeing Leon in there because he's. I don't know if you know this, and if you do, I'll remind everyone anyway in case people missed it. But it's been reported pretty widely that he's going to be staying at United this season. Whether that's to get games in the under-21s or to come at the first team, he's not going to be sent back on loan to his former club, or as it looks at the moment, be sent on loan anywhere. If he's playing, it's for a version of Manchester United. However, Harry Amas has immediately been taken out of the pre-season squad, and it looks to be being sent out on loan to get minutes and to sort of find his feet elsewhere, short term at least, presumably as a direct response to Leon coming in. What do you make of that, and what does that tell you about him and his potential?
I thought we were going to see more of Harry Amas from this time last season because he got a bit of a run out in pre-season, didn't he? And it looked like he might feature later on in the season. But there's been a physicality issue. I think last season when he played games, he didn't do anything particularly wrong on the pitch, but the players who went past him were stronger and fitter than him. So I think as a player, he does need to go away to get more minutes under his belt and develop. But when Leon sort of joined United officially, that sort of enthusiasm, I was like, he wants to secure a place, and he's like, I'm not going anywhere. I'm coming here to be Manchester United's left wing back, and that's like what you want all young players to come with, that sort of hunger and enthusiasm.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get those quotes because I think a lot of people who said everyone thinks I'll go out on loan, but I don't have that mindset. I'm going to crush it in pre-season. Within 1 or 2 games, I'll already be playing with them. Apparently, this is one of those quotes there where I think he did say it. There's literally a video of him, but I don't speak the language he was speaking, so I'm trusting someone else's translation, but I do like that mentality. I like that confidence. On Collier, Jay, we'll get to Cunha in a minute. On Collier, Steve, I think, mentioned in one of his videos this morning that he thought Collier could be a real sort of one to watch this pre-season. Carl Anker has mentioned him as well in his kind of players who sort of need a good pre-season. Yeah, he's an interesting player because I know you mentioned him before, but he's kind of got a lot of the qualities that we're missing in that area. He's a good runner. He's very sort of athletic. He's not necessarily the fastest, but he can get up and down consistently. He's good off the ball. Is there a chance that, I know he's a bit older as well, isn't he? So typically you'd think maybe it's, I don't want to say too late for him, but he's not a sort of 17, 18-year-old coming through. I think he's 21, sorry. Do you think that with a good pre-season he could potentially fight for a starting place next season?
He could if we don't bring in another midfielder, especially. Like, I know we've got Manuel Agati and we've got Kobbie Mainoo, and I love Kobbie Mainoo, but if we don't bring in a midfielder and you do say you decide I don't know, there's so many ifs and buts, but let's say for the sake of the argument, you end up having Casemiro as one of your DMs and you push Bruno up or whatever, and you need someone with a bit of legs in there, because one of the criticisms I often hear of Kobbie Mainoo is, has he got the legs to cover for Casemiro if you use them two as a partnership? So maybe there's an opportunity there for Toby Collier to do that, to be those legs. I don't know, but it could happen. And also, we had this weird thing with the manager and Manuel Agati last season that, I know I've said this a million times, but I say it because it rings true. The West Ham game, the manager seemed to fall out of him almost. Like, he just seemed to sort of, right, that's it, I'm done with you. And I was pretty surprised he didn't get any minutes in the Europa League final, because it was just like he just thought, I can't rely on you. You're not, that's almost unforgivable. Yeah. Now, obviously that was a long time ago. They can always patch it up, and I'm not saying United career is over or anything like that. But maybe the manager has sort of altered his thinking around Manuel Agati and looks at other players, and maybe Toby Collier, who I don't think is as good as Kobbie Mainoo as a footballer, if you're just doing it as a whole thing, but does have probably a little bit more, say energy is the right word, he gets around the pitch a little bit better or quicker than Kobbie Mainoo does, and that might complement Casemiro a little bit better, because I think when you've got Kobbie Mainoo and Casemiro at times, there's just a lack of pace and a lack of legs there, and that's the sort of the issue you've got, because these partnerships, whether it's Agati and Casemiro, whether it's Bruno and Mainoo, whoever, you have to find the right combination, don't you? Which is what Carl's alluded to. It's not just who's the best player, it's which combinations work. Yeah.
To talk about the pre-season element of this, because there's a lot of players in this team and in this squad who haven't had a pre-season for United in a while, or ever. So someone like Ugarte, for instance, we signed him on the 30th of August last year. Even De Ligt and Mazraoui, who came in a bit earlier, it was still the 13th of August that we agreed the deal. which is, post pre-season at that point. Kobbie Mainoo didn't have a proper pre-season because he was playing in the Euros. Bruno Fernandes the same. I mean, a load of them were playing in the Euros last summer. But even players like, who was I thinking before? I think Mason Mount, was he fit or did he get injured? Højlund got injured in pre-season, so he didn't have a proper pre-season either. There's a lot of players in that team. Luke Shaw obviously didn't have a pre-season at all because he was injured, then playing in the Euros, then injured again. Like, there's a decent chance that with this pre-season under their belt and an actual pre-season as well, that we might see better versions of Ugarte, of Højlund, of Collier, of even Casemiro, even players like Luke Shaw, who you kind of know what you know what you're getting. We might see a little bit more from them because so many of them didn't get that.
No, certainly. I mean, and the name you missed off there is the manager who didn't get a pre-season
with
the players. I mean, that's fundamental to the performance of all of them. I think when you look at the names across United's entire squad and where they finished last summer in 15th, people look at the performance rather than the ability. And I think man to man, if you look at the teams above Manchester United last season, if we can even get 75 to 80% out of the majority of players, we're moving right up that table. Yeah. So I think so many were sort of below par that we didn't even see a baseline performance of that Manchester United squad. So I think with a pre-season under the belt, and Amorim's allowed to drill in more of his ideals with players that he wants. I'm really positive going into the season. I really am.
Yeah, I think that's a good point.
It'll last till September.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the Arsenal game. That's when my positivity
will elevate. When
Arsenal beat us at Old Trafford and open day, I'll be like, for God's sake, it's another one of them.
The other one I was trying to think of, is Lenny Yoro, who I think had played about 35 minutes or 45 minutes by the time he got injured. Yep. And then obviously was out until December, wasn't he, with that ankle injury or the metatarsal injury, sorry. So he's another one who, you go through that first team, a lot of them either have never had a proper pre-season at United or certainly didn't have one last summer. So I know that we haven't gotten Mbeumo in yet, but I think all indication is he's going to be there for that pre-season tour. Or certainly they're trying to do that. You've got Cunha already. Everyone else is back. No one's playing in any tournaments. And then we've got one game a week. Like I said, I'm very excited. Oh, here we go. What's this?
Breaking news.
Blimey, let's get into this thing. I wonder if we can maybe try a way to get this tweet on the screen at some point for people to see. David Ornstein tweeting 1 minute ago, Barcelona advancing on a deal to sign Marcus Rashford from Manchester United. Offer via intermediaries is loan with a buy option. Manchester United have agreed, not done, but final stages. Flick approves 27-year-old England international. Suits Barcelona on football and financial level. So just to reiterate there, Barcelona and Manchester United are very close to agreeing a deal for Marcus Rashford to join the aforementioned Barcelona there. It's a loan with an option to buy. The deal has been agreed, or Manchester United have agreed it. It is in the final stages. That is according to David Ornstein. Massive. That's a massive moment, that, because not only from a footballing perspective, from a player perspective of what Rashford has been to Manchester United, but from a financial perspective and what the rest of this summer could hold, it could be absolutely gigantic for Man United. Give me your initial thoughts on that, Jay. Obviously, the interesting point there, one of them is it's a loan with an option to buy. Yeah. What do you make of what you just read?
I mean, it's a good move for him, innit? He wanted to go to Barcelona, and some people sort of scoffed at that and said, he wants to go to Barcelona, he's got no chance. But firing on all cylinders Marcus Rashford can definitely do a job in La Liga, 100%. I think if he turns up, he could be a massive asset to Barcelona. I know it's a big if, but he's a talented player. No one can deny the talents of Marcus Rashford. It's just the form and the consistency and a few other things. The big question is, how does that loan to buy look? The problem we've had with Marcus is his wages are so high, aren't they? So actually, if we're getting his full wages covered by that loan, rather than what we did at Villa, where I think we got, was it 2/3 or whatever, then that could massively help us financially this summer. And I just hope that, I've said this a million times, I'd just love to see Marcus Rashford move on. I would. I think it'd be best for all concerned, best for him, best for the club. Move him on, and there's a few bigger, better clubs to go to for Manchester United and Barcelona. And I hope this goes through, and I'll wish him well. I really will.
Yeah. What do you make of that, Sky?
I think the fundamentals is down to the financial aspects of it from Manchester United's point of view. Ideally, it would be a straight sell to Barcelona, but that doesn't look like that's going to be the situation, because if he has a bad season at Barcelona, he comes back again next year, and we're here again. But it's a good move for Marcus Rashford, and I think in terms of his ability, I think he'd be more successful in the team where he hasn't got to try and carry it as he has at Manchester United in previous seasons, while sort of fit along like the sort of Lamine Yamals and stuff like that. I think it's an easier club for him to fit into. But yeah, I mean, this has dragged on far too long than it ever needed to, and the sooner he's gone, with the greatest of respect, the better for all concerned.
Yeah, it's massive, this. I mean, obviously we don't know the details, and unfortunately, we don't know the most crucial details: who's paying his wages and how much, what is the option to buy price, and are there any stipulations within that, let's say he gets 20 goals or 20 goal involvements in all comps, it becomes a obligation to buy? Is there, is it I think we did it with Sancho, didn't we, where they pay more and more of his wages the more games he plays and the further they get in certain competitions. Is there something like that going on? We don't know the answer to any of those. So there's a bit more information in the article itself. I'm not going to read the whole thing because it is behind a paywall. But in terms of extra information, Hansi Flick has spoken to Rashford and has approved his arrival. Taking Rashford on an initial temporary basis would also help Barcelona as they continue to navigate a difficult financial situation. All the rest of it is kind of outside info, bit of history on the player, his wages, etc. But yeah, that crucial information there. United are advancing, should I say Barcelona are advancing with a move to sign Marcus Rashford from Manchester United. Barcelona have made an offer via intermediaries to loan Rashford next season, and the proposal includes an option to buy. The idea has been agreed by United, and although it's not done yet, the talks between all parties are now at final stages. The thing with this is, Rashford leaving is meant to be, just from a purely footballing perspective, a big chunk of money for Man United. That's kind of what he represents at this point, which is sad, but that's where we're up to. If it's a loan with an option, we're losing that chunk of money isn't there anymore. He's 27 years old. I know he's still got 3 years left on his deal, but every year and 6 months and a loan here and a loan there that goes by, the less he actually is worth if and when we do ever get to sell him. Yeah. That would be my concern a little bit here, is let's say they take him, pay 70% of his wages and then don't want him. Then you've got a 28-year-old Rashford that you're selling who can't get in the United team for 2.5 years. Yeah. Or no, a year and a half. Does that concern you at all, Jay?
It does, but we were speaking about this the other day. I think it's almost essential that you've got to get some sort of solution with these players, because you can't just have them lingering around. Yeah, you can't have them sort of coming. We see it's getting farcical. I had this in the news the other day. The reports, and good reports as well, not just people you don't rely upon, but saying that when Ruben Amorim's leaving, they're coming in to Carrington like an hour later or whatever, and it's just ridiculous, isn't it? And a lot of these players will know Marcus. They've all played with him. And it's like, it can't be good for morale or the atmosphere if you've got this just sort of hanging over you. No. What's the chat in the comments saying?
Yeah, it's a lot of people
saying about it.
People talking about Rashford, sort of general stuff. Relatively good news, says Nomad Joe. Morton says, who's covering the wages though? Exactly, that's the question, isn't it? Who's covering them and how? No mention of the wage percentage, says Hugh Phillips. A lot of people, rightly so, focusing on that, because otherwise, what's the difference between him just training by himself if we're still paying all his wages and he ain't playing for Man United? Who cares where he's playing, really? Although, obviously, they're a team that if they do get a good player out of him, will probably buy him. What's the option to buy price? Jameson Simpson says, again, we don't know. And Graham Richardson with a bit of scepticism. Anyone who thinks that Barca will buy Rashford needs to give their heads a wobble. I do think if he goes there and plays well, I think they would buy him. I don't think that they're... Do you worry about that? That this
Barca
whole thing
are crazy.
They are crazy.
People forget.
You never know what
you've seen Adama Traore playing for Barcelona. You've seen Memphis Depay playing for Barcelona. Like, I'm not saying that Marcus Rashford's at that level. I think he's better than either of them two. But Barcelona have some of the best players in the world, and they've had players where you go, I forgot he even went there. Yeah. It's so erratic. And also, I think La Liga could suit Marcus Rashford. I really do. I think he could end up tearing it up there. And if he goes there and does well, what will keep him? Yeah. Like, if he goes there and does well, I know it's a big if, but if he does, then I don't think they'll send him back and go, we don't want him. So it's a doable sort of career move for this for Marcus Rashford. I just hope he realises that this is like the last massive opportunity he's got. Not many players go to leave Manchester United under a bit of a cloud, go to Aston Villa, do all right, get injured, and then go to Barcelona. That isn't very common. No. And a lot of that is testament to some of the previous seasons Marcus Rashford has had and what he's capable of. So I hope he takes his opportunity, man. I really do. Because if he doesn't, and he ends up, we have rumours and reports that he's out or whatever, and he's not looking after himself, or he's fell out with Flick or whatever, you're going to look back and think he wasted the last stage of his career. He could have ended up going to one of the biggest clubs in the world. Yeah, his peak. I hope I just want to say, I hope he just makes the most of it, because it's good for him and it's good for Manchester United Football Club.
Yeah. The other one that I always think of during that weird era of Barcelona was Paulinho. Do you remember him from he was at Tottenham? They sold him to Jiangsu Evergrande in China, where he played for 2 years. Then Barcelona bought him. And where he played for 2 years, or 1 year, and they went, we've made a mistake. Then loaned him back to Jiangsu Evergrande, then sold him back to Jiangsu Evergrande, where he played for another 2 years. Like, why did they do that? Why? How the hell is Barcelona the meat in a Jiangsu Evergrande sandwich? That makes no sense in terms of career trajectory, does it? But yeah, they went through a right mad stage.
They did, didn't they?
Yeah.
It wasn't insane.
It was like the opposite of Galacticos, wasn't
it?
It was.
It was like, hang on a minute. Why? What? They're going to Barcelona. Their agent needs a rise.
Some of them were
needs
crazy.
a raise even. Some of those moves, I remember thinking that can't be right.
Yeah, Luke de Jong was one of them.
Yeah. Who was manager during these times?
Koeman was one of the ones who was just going ballistic. But basically, Koeman got stitched up, as a lot of managers did. He went there, you sold the dream of, like, you're the Barcelona manager, that, by the way, we are just cataclysmically skint.
Yeah.
And then they started selling everything off, didn't they? And then they've recovered with Xavi a bit, and then really recovered, obviously, with Flick. But yeah, they were, just for a couple of years there, like, not telling anyone we're skint. But if you just look at their squad, it's horrific. And they're signing 35-year-olds who were never good even in their prime.
They got out of it the right way, in many sense, though, didn't they? Like bringing through some of them youngsters.
Yeah, but they should have been doing that the whole time.
But also supplementing, like, obviously Lewandowski was a big signing money, and it was like people going. I remember at the time people going, has he really got much left in the tank? Well, yeah, he's fucking Robert Lewandowski. And then they went, was it Rafinha? They went quite big on, didn't they? And you think, worth a punt.
They chucked a lot of Ferran Torres.
Yeah, Ferran Torres from City.
60 million,
40 million.
40, was it?
40 option.
What's interesting about that, though, imagine, like, over in Spain, there's a Barcelona watch-along, and people are looking at Manchester United over the last 10 years and saying, the amount of money that we've thrown at names they shouldn't have done. We've never had the, Guangzoo sandwich or whatever.
No. If they want to banter us, they've got a much better fucking list of examples of insane transfer decisions we've made over the last decade.
Ferran Torres was 55 million euros plus 10 in add-ons. That is wild.
You're right. I thought it was 40. You're right.
Well, it's 46 million quid, but it could go up to like just under 55 million quid.
That was the whole thing.
So expensive
when
for someone who's like quite good, but doesn't really even have a position.
When you're at a good team, though, doing really well, like winning everything. Yeah. Like, it's easier to, and especially when you're young, and I think at the time when he moved, he was still relatively young, wasn't he?
Yeah.
It's easy for clubs to sort of justify it and think, you know what, it's worth getting this guy and it's worth spending big money on.
Yeah.
Whereas if you like, and you've had a lot, it's different story, isn't it? I know Marcus is going there, but he's not going there for 55 million quid.
No, exactly. Let's have a look at some of these super chats then. Coach Zach, thank you very much. Coach Zach says,
is that the vet?
United States Marine Corps vet, that's the one.
He's led Coach Zach.
Yeah, he's always in the chat, isn't he?
Coach Zach.
Steve this morning said, and sort of quoted this before, Collier could be the surprise of pre-season. Fast forward 4 hours and he's starting. Ruben's first game starting his era today. Yeah, we're all. I'm actually not going to mention last season. I'm going to really.
We said
try.
this on the preview.
Really try.
We said we're going to pretend that this is like Amarin's first season. Yeah. The only games I don't want to do that for is the only one game really is the Etihad. Even the Lyon game I don't like that anymore because that was all for naught. So that's been saying it. So I think we'll just start again, clean slate. It's all new.
Adel Samakia says, "Love you guys. Let's do good this season. Hopefully, yeah, we will do. It's all going to be there." James Stewart, who's always in the chat as well, says, "Joe, who's your favourite Beatle? Mine is George." That's a good question. I don't know. As I get older, I appreciate Paul more and more. Just his songwriting. McCartney.
Yeah.
His songwriting for the second half of the Beatles era was just on another level to everyone else's. George is the coolest, but John's sort of...
So you've named 3 of them?
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
I haven't mentioned Ringo yet. But John feels like he's the one.
Between
but
George, Paul or John. You controversial bastard.
Hey. I ain't got an answer for you. But that is my answer. There you go.
Such a
then who's your favourite?
Stuart Sutcliffe.
Peter Sutcliffe, all that. Right, let's talk about Matheus Cunha, shall we?
Why didn't you ask Scotty? Bit rude.
because he wasn't interrupting and chipping in every 2 seconds.
He's
Scotty, who's your
from that
favourite
world.
player?
George would have been my favourite.
George,
one,
yeah. That's fair. Why?
Just I really like his solo stuff more than the rest. All Things Must Pass was a brilliant double album that he released after the Beatles split up.
Lovely.
Yeah, I love, got my mindset on you.
That was his cocaine era.
I like that. That is good. Let's talk about Matheus Cunha.
That's why I love it.
I was talking about you.
It was mine as well. New transfer then, as we all know, £62.5 million. Matheus Cunha, you can see some of his stats from last season there. 36 appearances in all comps, 17 goals, 6 assists. Creatively very good. Goal scoring wise very good ball striker. Can score a variety of different goals, all the way from 30 yards out to 3 yards out. He's got a bit of the Bruno Fernandez's about him in that front. Carries the ball very well. A lot of people, obviously, we know who Matheus Cunha is. Scotty, we've not obviously spoken about him as much because I'm not doing videos with you quite as often. What do you make of him and what do you expect from him, not just today, but sort of looking forward?
I think he's going to win the Ballon d'Or in the next 5 years.
Beautiful.
That's what about Scott.
That's pretty
He's
much
honest.
it. I can't remember a signing that made so much sense for Manchester United over the sort of last 10 years. Bruno Fernandes was a brilliant signing, but what I knew about him at the time, he came with a little bit of mystique. Wasn't too sure about what he'd done at Fiorentina in his previous clubs. Matheus Cunha has done, it's evidence, we've seen it against us, what he can do, and he ticks all the boxes of stuff that we were missing last season. We've got 2 holes in Manchester United's squad. It's the goalkeeper and scoring goals, and he's going to hopefully plug one of them. I think, if I'm right, him and Mbeumo together scored just 2 less than the entire Manchester United squad last season.
Well, what was it, 17 for him and 20 for Mbeumo?
In the whole...
He got 15 in the Premier League.
That's all competitions.
All competitions.
Yeah.
I mean, that says a lot, doesn't it?
Yeah, Man United in the Premier League last season. I love it when you look for a Premier League table and it shows you next season's. Like, we need to see everyone on 0 points and it being organised alphabetically. So United in the Premier League last season scored 44 goals, which is just so shit. And I think Mbeumo and Cunha, in terms of goals and assists, so goals they were involved in, it is more than that.
Yeah.
That's astonishing, isn't it? That's just so bad. I mean, obviously it's good that we've brought them both in, but just crazy. So hopefully, if nothing else, we'll score a few more goals next season.
It just harks back to like Sir Alex Ferguson's MO when we were in our peak. It was go out and buy the best players available from the rest of your rivals. Unfortunately, we can't be buying players from the likes of City and Liverpool. We are buying the best players that are available from the teams below them in Brentford and Wolves.
No,
that's always
I
been
agree,
the case, isn't it?
With what you say, Scotty. But I'm even more excited about Mbeumo, I think.
Yeah.
I love Cunha. Love watching him. I just think he's got that aura about him as a kid saying that Swallow. But Mbeumo, man, like, I'm so glad we got that deal done. Because I was getting fatigued and I just thought this ain't going to happen. Because obviously we got Cunha done straight away. And then I was thinking, oh man, I was sold on the idea. You're convincing yourself like that works them two in this team. So elevates this team so much more. And people go, better than what we got. It's not just about being better than what we got, because we could have better than what we got and finish 14th. They're far better than what we've got. Yeah. And all of a sudden you've gone from having like 1 match winner probably, or 2 maybe in Ahmad and Bruno, to having 4.
Yeah. And they play with such personality as well and style. Yeah. Whereas a lot of the players at Manchester United may have the ability, but how Cunha plays football. Like, it's functional rather than sort of flair. Yeah. And United have missed that for a long time. Honestly. So I think hopefully, what did Amorim say on the last game of the season? There's exciting times ahead. I mean, with them 2 signings, it certainly does feel that way.
Did you see that graphic as well? And this is a sofa score rating, which you can read into that what you want. I'm not a huge fan of those sort of basically.
Are you cheating on FB ref with sofa score?
No, it's not. It's not like that. It's not like that. You haven't got the full context.
Wow. Why if FB ref finds out you've been looking at other websites.
I'm allowed to have other websites as friends, Jay.
No, you're not.
I am.
Honestly, I'm so disappointed.
You're putting me in a box. I can't live like this.
I didn't think you were like that, Joe.
No, I'm not.
Go off.
Yeah, you go off.
Yeah. Anyway, go off. So obviously, SofaScore. I don't know how they actually do the rankings and ratings. I don't know if it's purely just statistical or whether it's like some editors putting their thoughts into it as well. I think it's just statistical. So the average SofaScore ratings for attackers last season in the Premier League, I guess a lot of people have seen this graphic. Number 1 in the Premier League was Mo Salah. Number 2 was Cole Palmer. Then 3, 4 and 5 were Bruno Fernandes, Matheus Cunha and Bryan Mbeumo.
See.
And again, it's just a app that does stats that puts a little rating on things. But the fact that 3 of those 5 now play for Manchester United, 2 of which were our signings. First of all, I hope that.
First of all, I think you need to send that to our social media team immediately.
That's a good point. But it has been tweeted by a few other social media, United social media accounts, so I don't want to rip it off too much. But it is pretty mad, isn't it, that we can look at that and I wonder if that was how we scouted him. Do you think it was just someone on SofaScore going, who's the best player in the league? No scouting, just SofaScore.
But I mean, you wonder how much Ferguson did. Like, you identify, everyone knew Carrick was a great player. You're not the best in Spurs.
Yeah.
You didn't need a.
You didn't do it. Because, like, Fergie was very old school, wasn't he, with his we me and Steve talk about this on the brew. Like, with his fitness and stuff, like, players failed fitness tests when we tried to sign him, and Fergie overruled the physio because he just looked at how many games he played. Yeah. So I think it was Steve Bruce and Paul Ince both. I think I might be getting this wrong, but I know Paul Ince failed his fitness test because obviously it was that anger from West Ham fans because he got pitched in the United kit and the deal fell through, and it was like the picture got leaked. But Fergie said, you know, you've played 100 games in consecutive games on rock hard pitches. You're obviously fit, and just signed him anyway. And I think that was what he used to do with a lot of players. It's like looks at what he'd seen with his own eyes. Yeah.
They played 400 games in a row for us.
Yeah. So I think Steve Bruce is one as well, Steve was saying. I think
that's what I was thinking when I said
when he said his knee, like, and again, it was like, Fergie was like, he's played every game for, I think, was it Norwich we're going from, for the last 5 years, he'll be fine.
It's weird that, isn't it? Because sometimes, and the opposite is often true, where on a scan or in a medical, there's no signs of anything, and yet that player can be really injury prone or have issues that, you know, keep recurring. And then you can have someone who literally medical's like, look at that, there's a line going through a tendon that shouldn't be there, and they just play every game for the next 10 years, no problem. Yeah. Mad, isn't it, really? We don't really know what's going on with human bodies that much.
One of the things with these two, though, is that they don't come with question marks. No. You know, with players, if we look at last season's signings, every single one of them, like, who is he? All right, or you look at De Ligt, he comes with the injury concern and stuff. Yeah. Definitely. And stuff like there's no question mark with these two. And I can't remember the last time. When did we last buy 2 Premier League players in a transfer window?
Well, I can tell you it was when we signed Wan-Bissaka and Maguire, pushing 6 years ago. It's been ages. Yeah. And the only Premier League player we've signed as a first team player since then is Mason Mount. So we've signed 1 in 5 years until this summer. And
them 3 weren't great successes. Unless Maguire's like cameo towards the end of last season was decent. But
Maguire's approaching not a successful
Maguire, if he has another season or 2, he might pan it out and go, okay, if it works out
7 years,
10 million a season.
If he gets 2 more crosses in and a nutmeg, cementing legacy.
But the thing with Maguire is, whether he's been a successful transfer or not, and he wasn't worth the money, we all know that, but at least he's been here. Like, look how many big money transfers we've made in the last 10 years that lasted 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. Like, most of the big, expensive signings we've made, they've been out of the first team or out of the club in 2 years, let alone still here 5, 6 years later.
You both make good points, and I like what you were saying, Scotty, about ticking boxes, because every time we buy a player, they never tick all the boxes, do they? Like you were saying, because
other than
Bruno, well, even then, like when I say tick box, before we got him.
Oh, sorry.
Because Bruno, I remember it, the conversations. Why is he going back to Portugal from Italy? Why is no one else in for him? The scouts and Spurs looked at him and didn't want him.
I love that one. Well, if he was that good, why does no one else?
Yeah, I know it's stupid.
But people were saying that. You're right.
Yeah, and then you look at other players. We've bought Di Maria. Did he want to be here? Can he do it in the Premier League? Can he acclimatise himself to Manchester? These are all questions that you're hearing. Radamel Falcao, is her injuries going to catch up with him? Memphis, can he do it in the Premier League? You know, I'm talking about the big signings we've made, like marquee signings. Ronnie, is he past it? All the rest of it. You look at Mbumo, didn't he play every game last season?
Well, let me just put it this way: in his life, he's had 2 injuries. Mbumo.
Jesus.
One was coronavirus. The other was an ankle injury, which kept him out for.
That's not an injury.
Well, he missed games for it.
Not an injury though.
Well, you said that was so. Oh my god! That's 2 injuries. One was coronavirus. The other one is car won't start.
Yeah. The other one, in fairness, was an ankle injury that kept him out for like 20 games. So that was a proper one. Okay. But even that was 18 months ago. He's literally had 2 spells out.
This is what I mean. Another box ticked, and again, sweaty Premier League goals. Yeah, watching him with your own eyes. Yeah, can he do it in the Premier League? We've just established that. Also, let's be honest, personality, attitude, mindset. He wants to play for United. Brentford love him. Thomas Frank has been singing his praises. He's not spat his dummy out, been a knobhead about his move. There's never any question marks there. He just ticks every box you could want, and it's very rare that United do that.
Even Cunha, who has had a couple more injuries, since the 21-22 season, which is pushing 4 years ago now, he's missed 9 games through injury.
Christ.
So again, it's so much better. Even, although you would look at Mason Mount and say he only had 1 season where he struggled before he came to us, and he was playing 50 games a year before that. And obviously he's since had 2 seasons where he's really struggled injury-wise. So you can never be certain, but like you said, there are so many fewer. Anyway, far fewer question marks about these guys than there have been almost anyone else we've signed. And a lot of that does come from buying Premier League proven players. That's why people do it. That's why United have always done it. That's why City, look at City, they've always supplemented their squad with, yes, you take a bit of a risk on a De Bruyne or an Aguero, but then you've got a Kyle Walker there who you know what you're going to get with him. Like Liverpool do the same at the moment. You go through certain places like Jota, obviously, rest in peace, but he's a great player to bring in because you know what you're going to get pretty much. Arsenal do the same all the time. They're constantly buying players from other Premier League teams. Declan Rice, you know what you're going to get. Gabriel Jesus, I know he's been up and down with injuries, but they all do it, and for some reason we've stopped doing it.
Yeah,
I don't know why.
I think part of the problem is,
I think it's because we've got,
like you said,
then
when we did do it, it was 130 million for 2 players. It's like, I know that's excessive, and obviously we overpaid, but most teams now that are decent in the Premier League have money.
Yeah,
there is no poor teams.
Yeah, you just used to go to Oldham and go, "Well, to give you 500 grand for your greatest ever defender," or you'd go, Newcastle, whatever, and go, "We'll have your best player, whatever." Now you can't do that. You're not going to buy Isaac off Newcastle unless you've got 200 million or something ridiculous.
No,
and United haven't got that. You're not going to be able to buy, even like you say,
that leverage isn't there anymore, is it?
So you're going to have to pay big money that we haven't got. And also, most of the time, you just look at it and go, well, I may as well take a punt on someone from Portugal or Holland or wherever.
But you look at Liverpool, it's like every season they get at least 1 player from another Premier League team. So they've already got Kirkes this year, who was an excellent fullback for them last season.
I hate that signing,
McAllister from Brighton.
Last season it was McAllister, yeah, exactly. Season before that they got Fabio Carvalho.
Van Dijk, wasn't it, from Southampton?
They've got Van Dijk, of course, yeah.
I remember when Wijnaldum went there, just did a job for him.
Yeah, Wijnaldum, another one from Newcastle.
Mo Salah via
like I mentioned
Wolfsburg
before, Diogo Jota.
Was it Italy what he went?
Yeah, was it Sampdoria in Roma?
Who?
Salah.
Salah, yeah. Roma.
Roma, sorry.
Yeah.
I was getting mixed up.
And City do the same thing. Like Nori this summer,
again, that's
fantastic player, I think. And it's a constant. Matheus Cunha hasn't been so good. There's Jack Grealish as well, obviously.
They can afford to get the odd one a bit wrong, though, can't they?
Yeah, but we get them all wrong.
Yeah,
we're consistent, if anything.
Ultra Duff says, where can I watch Leeds win? I think if you get a VHS from 1983, there's a few on there. The game is going to kick off in a couple of minutes. It was 10 minutes or so delayed due to traffic outside the stadium, apparently. Which, how could you ever predict that on a match day? Big stadium, though. Looks like a good little stadium.
Is that where the Europa League final was? Yeah. Is that where I heard Scotty's poem on it?
Well, I've performed there.
You performed there? Yeah, I got there for the Europa League final and heard my mate.
What?
I was on. They had the big screen at the time, didn't they? Yeah, I performed at the Europa League Cup final.
Were you there where you performed, or was it pre-recorded?
Yeah,
really?
Yeah, it was pre-recorded.
What was it? I didn't know this.
I did a poem called 99 Memories.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
And it was officially by United?
Yeah. No, it's official by UEFA.
Was it?
Yeah.
How did I know about that?
And then they played it. That box there, that's on the screen. So they had my face beamed to all the
And you weren't even at the game?
No, I was in the pub.
Did you not go at all?
No, I was in the pub. I don't want to go.
Did they offer you a ticket?
Yeah.
And you said no?
No, I want to go to the pub.
Hey, I remember being in Stockholm.
To be in the pub.
I thought I was having some sort of drug-induced flashback or something. I was like, what's going on? Scotty coming out of the
Jay's just
speakers.
Absolutely silent.
Scotty's
and then turns his back. Did you just do Scotty in your brain?
Yeah.
Or am I back to 2001?
Honestly, that's class, bro. So proud.
That's unbelievable, that. So did UEFA approach you for that?
Yeah.
Just them directly, or was it like someone from the club? How did
UEFA got in touch and said, would you be interested in writing a poem?
Wow, amazing.
For the final.
We haven't even done score predictions. Right, everyone, score predictions now. The game's kicked off. Although it's on a slight lag.
Strawberry Arena.
It's a pre-season game. Give us your score predictions in the comments. Scotty, give me a score prediction, mate.
I think Manchester United 3, Scumville 0.
Wow.
Love that. Do you remember when Crescencio Somerville used to play for Leeds?
Yeah, it's a name and a half.
It's one of the great names. I think it was.
There
was
was a place.
a band?
Jimmy Somerville. Yeah, you know.
That's one of the best names
was it,
of all time, I'm afraid.
No, Jimmy Somerville was in Bronski Beat. And what was his other band?
No, there was another one beginning with...
There was Bronski Beat and the Communards.
That's it. That's the one I know.
Bo.
That's the one, yeah.
Yeah, that is
Damski.
Oh, fuck. What's Bronski Beat?
Small Town Boy, I think.
Oh, yeah, that's also
there was an era of all them high-pitched
score
singers,
prediction. Sorry.
6-1 United.
Oh, yeah, you said that. I'm going to go... I'm sticking...
Harry giving it the old...
Which United, though?
Oh, very good question. The ones in... What is it? White. Is it white or is it off-white?
Dirty white.
Dirty white.
It's sort of like...
yeah, not the dirty Leeds, the dirty white one.
Lilac-y white, isn't it?
Yeah.
Get your score prediction in the comments as well, please. Dan Burgess says, Cunha 1, Obi-Wan, Bruno 1. Obi-Wan.
I want him to get a goal. Not in this friendly. I want him to score in this friendly.
You don't want him to score in this?
I want him to get a goal in the Premier League.
Yeah, me too. At least one.
It's just to
I'd
shut
like
up some noise on socials and stuff.
Why? What's the noise on socials?
No, it's just because Arsenal fans have got it in for him, haven't they? Because they're gutted because he left them. And it's like, he's played, hasn't he, quite a few games now, or a few.
He scored in Hong Kong, didn't he?
That's what I mean, that's the real quiz.
I forgot about that.
But I think
he scored 2, didn't he?
Yeah, he smashed
one of
it.
them was a good goal as well. Casemiro. Bit of a high foot there. Leeds coming forward. This doesn't look like Man United playing Leeds, does it?
No, it doesn't.
In terms of kit colours, it's like... I don't even know. It's like Real Madrid against... Who even plays in blue? Chelsea. Yeah, it's not a Chelsea colour though, is it? Yeah, maybe a Juventus kit. You know, they have their alternative kits that are blue and yellow sometimes, don't they? Very interesting.
Where do you put Leeds in terms of the teams you hate? For me, they're just below Liverpool.
Yeah, I get your point. I get your point.
Like
Buff City?
Yeah, I don't consider them a team.
I'm not...
They're not even a football team.
I am with
they're
you.
not hard enough fucking Narnia FC, them.
No, yeah.
Go on. Oh!
I think Liverpool obviously made ones. I think it's close with City and Leeds. I think I'd probably just edge City over them purely because Leeds have been so fucking non-existent for such a long time.
Yeah.
But it doesn't take long for you to remember why you hate them. Honestly.
Yeah.
Fucking horrible. And the good thing about Leeds is it's just, there's a lot of there's a comical element to it, no?
Yeah.
Like, they came up, they couldn't wait to play us, they got fucking battered. They went back down. Yeah, we've had all their best players off them and won loads of trophies.
Too easy
with them.
there.
Thanks
No
for
one
that.
following the runner there.
Jesus Christ, what's going on here?
We had 3 players.
Bloody hell, was that off the line then?
3 or 4 against 2 there.
Is that Mazraoui there? Sort of
And
2 yards out.
Oh, done, I'm mad.
And then 3 or 4 against 2, and I think it maybe was Leon who should have followed him. I'm not sure. No one followed their runner down the wing, and he just tons of space. We need to iron that out. For me, they're a decent chunk below Liverpool and City.
Really?
I think it's probably because for 15 years, when I was a teenager through my 20s, they were a bit of a non-event, weren't they, Leeds?
Yeah.
I remember it when I was a kid, but obviously I don't remember the 80s and the 90s version of Leeds. And then by the time I was a teenager, they were out of the picture. And, you know, so it's not had quite as much chance to fester in there.
Oh, the
But
fucking horrible.
my dad put some nice and high up as well.
That team was good though. Like, was it the David O'Leary team with Viduka and
Yeah.
they had a good team.
Do you remember?
They did. Really good team.
2003, wasn't it, where they beat Arsenal for us to win the league? I remember that was Viduka who scored as well, wasn't it? Do you
He's a good
remember?
player, Viduka.
So I didn't realise how
goes
easy.
under
He
the
owns,
radar.
he owns a coffee shop with his son now.
Does he?
Yeah.
That's the most
like-
Australian thing ever,
Yeah.
isn't it? He actually got goals, you know.
I didn't have you down as someone that had quite good knowledge about what Viduka's up to nowadays. I'm quite impressed.
But like Viduka for Leeds in the Premier League, this is his
Viduka.
goals per season. 17, 12, 20, 11. He got 25 in the Scottish Premier League when that actually sort of meant something. Not quite, but a little bit. Then he got 14 in 29 for Middlesbrough, like 4 or 5 years later. But for Leeds, he was banging goals in.
Yeah.
Like, that's actually
He was
good
a big
stuff.
lad as well. The back
Yeah, he was, wasn't
He was a good player, him. 6'2", all man. Do you know what I mean? etc. But yeah, they had a few good players in that team, Leeds. Shame they
Tony Yeboah and that goal
got relegated.
Yeah.
What the bar? The two of them, the Wimbledon one and the volley.
Hey,
That's good. Go on.
here we go.
Lovely little.
Go on, son. Keep going.
Apparently, there was Nathan Salt, friend of the channel.
Yes, love Nathan.
Was mentioning before that there's been a bit of a, not necessarily U-turn, but a bit of a second thought on loaning out Sekou Kone this summer, because I think the reports were that he was going to go to
Is it Lausanne?
Lausanne, yeah, in Switzerland, obviously another club owned by Jim Ratcliffe, but that he's impressed so much in training that he might be staying now.
Good.
So that's worth paying attention to, and I think again Carl Anka mentioned him as well as another player that ticks a lot of the boxes that Amorim would need and want from a central midfield partner to Casemiro or Mainu or Bruno. So that's an interesting one.
Even the young players that have been signing last season with Heaven and stuff, and the ones we're going now, when you're talking about Barcelona earlier on and then bleeding in youth,
Yeah.
I don't think there's much long-termism from United fans. Everyone wants like instant success, and we ain't going to get that. But okay, we're not going mad for first team players, but it is nice to see us sort of developing the players that are coming behind.
Like what Barca did quite well was they sort of supplemented it, didn't they? So they brought through the youngsters and brought in a couple more experienced players, and I think that's United kind of doing a similar thing now, aren't we?
Yeah.
We're buying good young players coming in. I don't think there's been too many that's been a success coming through the ranks.
Oh no, I think we've got some great players coming through the ranks.
No, yeah, I mean, of the last 10 years, who's been the best success?
Sorry, I thought you meant now when you talk about
no, I mean in
Aiden Heaven and players like now. I thought you meant like now. That's what we're doing.
No, in the past.
No, like the last 10 years, it's been who was it? Marcus, Cobby, and Garnacho.
McTominay. Yeah, not a lot. I always think, and I'd like to speak to. I don't know if anyone can possibly answer this, but how much of like academy players and just footballers generally, but academy players are an easy way to look at it. They're a good sort of case study. Is like nature versus nurture. Like if Pedri and Gavi and Yamal and all that lot that's coming through at Barcelona, I know they're different generations, had come through when Xavi and Iniesta and Messi and that team was just locked in and set, would they have still have made it there, or would they have left, and would they potentially have ended up playing at Stoke like Ibrahim Afellay or some of these players that looked so promising that ended up almost turning into nothing? How much of it is just because they got a chance and they could play in a team that was confident? Like if Rashford had come through at Man United in the 90s, would he have played 600 games and got 250 goals for us? I really do wonder like how much of it is players just become what they are destined to become or what their talent deems they should become, and how much of it is the environment and when they're brought through. Because I think there's a lot of players that I've seen in my life that if they'd have come through for a different team in a different environment would have been world-class players. Like Rashford has the ability to be a world-class player. He obviously didn't get there, or not for frequently enough. But these Barcelona youngsters, if they were given the chance quite the same way, or they... Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
How much of it is what environment you're in, and how much of it is just, well, you were always going to be that good because you're amazing? Like if Yamal had come through at United in the last couple of years, would he still be considered one of the best in the world? Just because he's so much sheer talent, or would he not? I don't know.
You can take this in any sphere though, aren't we? We're all like products of our own environment.
Yeah.
So, but at some point you have to take ownership for your own ability. I think Finger's a good example of this at Barcelona. Was it Shakira who didn't manage to get in the Barcelona team, but then went everywhere he went, he was a decent player. Even at Stoke,
Yeah. No, he's a good example. But if he'd have come through so for instance, is it the case that Barcelona, when they had all these financial troubles and kind of had to rely on youngsters, they just so happened to have a crop that was capable of coming through and being really good? Or is it the case that because they had to rely on youngsters, they made the best of the players that were there, and they almost forced them into being good enough because we're just going to rely on you. So with the right game time, with the right pressure, with the right environment, those players become good enough. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah. There's a lot of variables in there.
It's a question that I guess can't really be answered.
Sometimes
it's an interesting point.
I mean, you could argue, but sometimes I think it's just the sheer quality of the players. Because if you look at the mid-90s, Manchester United had a phenomenal team.
Yeah.
And everyone thought Fergie's lost his mind. letting 3 best players go and bringing through a load of kids. But he obviously knew those kids were special.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Sometimes I think you do get those kids or youngsters that you just go, they're fucking destined for greatness, these.
Yeah.
It's just, I think one thing that can go the other way, and we've seen it a little bit at Man United, is, so I was watching this ball come in, running kids into the ground.
Yeah.
Running youngsters into the ground. Like when they're not fully fit or they've lost a bit of confidence, and you play them anyway, and you keep playing them. That can.
Well, that's what I mean. So like, look at Elanga as an opposite example.
Yeah.
If he'd have not had to play all those games in a row, or if Garnacho,
I always think that's a great example of how you don't handle a young player.
And could he still be here, being the 55 million quid player that he is for Forest now, for United?
I think he's done well to recover from what happened with United. I just thought we handled him really badly. I thought that at the time.
When you talk about running players into the ground and then you use the 92 story, because that was a roll of the dice. Why didn't Ferguson run them lot into the ground?
They didn't know this is a myth. They were playing game after. Do you remember? If you've seen the Class of '92 documentary, Beckham talks about how he wanted a new car and he got to 25 games, and you got it when you got to 26, and he had to wait for like 6 months because all those players had been played like game here, a game there. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
Did not like with Elanga. He came in and played 30 games on the spin.
Yeah,
Marcus Rashford broke his back and carried on playing.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That's not how you handle a youngster. Gary Neville had played a year. Ryan Giggs had played for 2 seasons before David Beckham had. Nicky Butt played.
Yeah, it wasn't like they were all just pushed out as a collective and said, go on.
It's this, people think that, but they weren't. If you look, by the time the 95-96 season comes around, 3 of those players have got like, I think 30 games each or more, obviously.
Giggs are Premier League winning medals.
Yeah. And then the others, it's like their 15th or whatever game. So I think that helps. And also, they're surrounded by experienced mint players who are led by Eric Cantona. But I think we look at Elanga and, like you were saying, Joe, on the other end of the spectrum, he comes in, does all right, doesn't he? Then next thing, his manager who's brought him through gets sacked. Then a new manager comes in. Marcus has fell off a bit of a cliff or whatever. There's issues going on there. Elanga comes in, scores goals against Leeds, scores obviously against Lego. But you're watching a player who's just lost all his confidence. Yeah. And he's playing every game, isn't he?
Someone mentioned in the comments about Yamal and how good he is. Obviously, he's world class. But if he'd have come through 10 years ago, he don't get a game for Barca.
No.
Because you've got the best player of all time there. And then you could imagine a scenario, I'm not saying he doesn't get a game, but you could imagine a scenario where Yamal ends up getting sold to, I don't know, Atletico Madrid or someone else in Spain, and has a good career, is obviously very talented, top player, but might maybe make a bad move to Chelsea or whatever and not quite do it. Whereas now he could be at Barca for 15 years as one of the best players in the world.
But couldn't that have been the argument as well with like Messi and Ronaldinho? Like you didn't see anybody sort of overtaking
that's
him.
True. That is true. And obviously sometimes you're so good. You
can't
but
not
also,
get them in the team.
With Ronaldinho again though, he was someone that his peak was quite young and quite short. Like he by the time he was playing at AC Milan, he visibly had a bit of weight on. He wasn't in the best, at the peak of his kind of physical condition. He was still a very good player, but by the time Messi was ready to come through as an early 20-year-old, late teens, early 20s, Ronaldinho was declining, and maybe it was just the right time.
There was question. I think with Ronaldinho as well, wasn't there? Was concerns at Barca with the influence he could have over someone like Messi. Because Ronaldinho obviously wasn't the consummate professional at times. Yeah. And it was like...
He liked to have a bit of fun.
Yeah, they wanted to, almost protect Messi at all costs. And sometimes managers will do that, won't they? They'll say, like, look, what's... for the greater good, almost. I know he didn't come through the academy, but do you remember when it was like Ronaldo and Rude had that thing? And I remember thought Fergie lost the plot when it was like he bats Ronnie, but he obviously saw that this is a guy who can do... can take me to the next level, and he was right.
Can you imagine if the sort of that class of '92 thing happened today with Amrim? If he said like, "Oh, we're just bringing like heaven and all that," I'm
going to sell.
Yeah. Can you imagine social media?
Imagine it. Imagine he just sold it like, I don't know. I don't even know our best players. Let's say I sold Ahmad, I sold Bruno, I sold, I don't know, Dillitz or whatever. Cunha. Yeah, Cunha.
Yeah, got Coney Collier. Yeah. Obe starting.
Yeah, we lost the opening game. Yeah. 3-1. It'd be like that. That's the end of that then.
Casemiro just looked a little bit heavy-legged there, like he hesitated before tracking the man, and then by the time he went, he was a yard or so behind. First 15 minutes, it's been a little bit back and forth. Can't think of many shots either team's had, if any. Not
fucking
much
hate that kid,
has
mate.
gone on, particularly in the first 15 for anyone who isn't watching. Foul by Casemiro there. Leeds have got a free kick, probably 35 yards out, lining up to, I think, just sort of dink one into the penalty box. There's your dink to the back post. Well challenged there by Mazraoui, I think, and they're offside. Yeah, not a lot happened so far. If people are wondering why we're not speaking about the game too much, it's kind of a little bit scrappy, a little bit. I don't even know.
It's a pre-season versus Leeds in Sweden.
Yeah.
It's exactly what it is.
Yeah, so far. Oh yeah, look at that bad boy. He's got a Man United sleeveless kit there.
Nicely done.
Was it Cameroon who had that sleeveless kit that
Yeah, I
time?
think you're right.
Where the shorts were attached to the top as well.
Yeah.
I used to love one of them.
Shorts attached to
Yeah,
the
it was
top.
like,
Yeah,
Like a
one.
onesie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was. It was
It's
mental.
2004.
What do you do? if
Oh,
you
this
need
wasn't the sleeveless one, but it was a onesie. So the
Yeah.
shorts and the top come together like that.
So you just pull it up if you're off to the.
I don't know how they got it on. How did they get it on? Climb through one of the holes in the shorts?
I don't know.
Because there's not a visible zip. Maybe that's a zip there.
Fucking get a grip.
Yeah, I don't know why they did that. Oh yeah, there you go. Cameroon did have a sleeveless top as well. A sleeveless top. That's cool. That I like that. Imagine United did that. Just the work. Just you'd look so bad with the fans buying that, would you? With your arms out. It's one of those ones that is just terrible unless you're a professional athlete.
Sake. Honestly. That's it. Go on.
Find a pass.
Oh, nice.
Good ball. There's the touch. Ahmad, great
on,
touch.
Ahmad.
Go on. Real stumble, bobble touch there, but he's got possession.
Hopefully, you can have a full season now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's obviously I'm not going to say injury prone because he's played plenty of games, but he is someone that he does get injured, Ahmad, doesn't he?
And it's never a week out.
No,
either.
he's
There's
had
always a bit of a time.
2 or 3 injuries where you look at it and go, we're missing him for big chunks of the season.
Wasn't he going to go on loan to Feyenoord or somewhere at one point? He got injured. Which
Yeah, I
might
think
have just
so.
saved himself, saved his United career.
So he's not had many injuries in his career, but it was so in the last 2 years he's had a knee injury that kept him out for basically sort of 3 or 4 months. Then it was this one just says fitness, but I don't really get what that means. But basically it kept him out for 5 days, and then that ankle injury, which again kept him out for 15 games last season, which again is a big chunk, isn't it? You know, so ideally you can have a full season this time, where he's
Played a lot, didn't he? When he was at Sunderland, didn't he play most of that? I think he played
Yeah.
like the full season.
Yeah,
there, didn't
Sunderland and Rangers he played.
Yeah,
at,
I think he was, from what vague memory of him.
top scorer, wasn't he? At
Sunderland, yeah, I think he was. Well, I think you're right.
with 2.
Yeah.
they're up this season, aren't they? They're back.
Fucking hate Sunderland, mate.
Oh God.
Why?
Do you remember during
The
do
fucking Poznan shite.
you remember during the pandemic, I put like, where's the worst place in the UK? Sunderland, and it just went viral.
Mate,
I
listen,
got
honestly.
so much abuse.
Tagging your employers in and
tagging
everything.
employers in, and then I got like, I was getting DMs from people saying that, don't you dare say that about Sunderland. And I got invited to come up to Sunderland by
For a
some
fight?
strangers. No, so we could, on the tour guide, we have a beautiful coastline. I was like, all right, hard.
Yeah.
You're bury me on the beach. Yeah, they go down well.
Mate, isn't it one of those that does get listed on those
Yeah.
crap towns lists? No,
You-
isn't that
do you
the
know
whole
why I don't
point?
like
Isn't
it?
that the whole point?
I went to watch United versus Sunderland one year, and Sunderland couldn't sell out all their tickets, so the tickets went on general sale on Ticketmaster.
Oh yeah.
So bought a load, so we're going to end up in the Sunderland end, but the coppers were stopping everyone coming in, and like if you look like a mank, obviously walking like this.
Yeah.
Then they give like a little Q&A in terms of how much you knew of your Sunderland history.
Right.
So my mate Michael Leonard's in front of me, and he gets asked, where did Sunderland buy Kevin Phillips from? Do you know the answer to that? It was Oxford or Watford or something
right, well,
like that.
said
And he knew the answer and doddled in and turned round.
What?
And then the copper turned, yeah, he was the right stat when it comes
That's
to football.
decent. That fair play to him.
And then the copper turned around to me and goes like that, whereabouts in Sunderland are you from? And I went, Hexham? And I didn't know Hexham's north of Newcastle. And he goes, you taking the piss? And then I took my ticket off, man. And
You're not from Sunderland, I can tell by your face. Told you to fuck off.
You did. I ended up getting like a Greg's pasty and I'm watching like the score.
Oh, they do a great Greg's there though.
Yeah.
Because it's so close to the sauce factory.
That was like at Barcelona when I went to the new camp. They were doing stuff like that. They were talking to you in Spanish.
What the Spanish people were?
To see if you were a United fan. But when I was lucky that I just had a young lad who spoke to me and I just sort of looked at him like that. And he just waved me through. I thought I'm not attempting to say anything because as soon as I open mouth, it's obvious.
Yeah.
That's mad though. They started giving you a quiz.
I like that.
I wouldn't have even known any places in Sunderland. To be fair, he's got there.
I only knew that because my boss
I'd
was
have
from...
just said the town centre.
Yeah.
Greg's. Or just say,
I'd have just pointed over there.
Or just make up a hospital, St Mary's.
Yeah, nice.
And it probably is, isn't it? Because everyone's got a hospital called St Mary's. Let's have a look. Sunderland. If there's a St Mary's hospital, I'm going to be so excited. Hospitals. Sunderland Royal.
That's a good one though, isn't it? The Royal.
Monk Wearmouth. Fucking hell, can't we just have a more generic name? I'm trying to sneak into a game here. Sunderland Eye Infirmary. Oh, this is shite.
How's that not a foul, you dickhead?
Britain, eh?
Aye.
What's she like? Old Blighty. Oh! Good defending.
If someone quizzed me if I was got a workshop, and they said like,
what part of workshop you got?
Where shall I say?
You've got a few options.
Go on, don't stitch me up though.
No, I'm not.
Right, go on.
Oh, is that on ball?
Is it fuck?
So you could go for like, depends, do you want to, how posh do you want to be?
But it's me in it, so let's not go too
Not
posh.
that there's like a dead posh bit.
I'm about to say, but I didn't
But
want to
you know,
cast
like
aspersions on your
Spark
own
and Hill's quite nice.
Spark and Hill.
Spark and Hill, yeah.
Spark
That's not
and
bad.
Hill. Is it Spark and...
Sparken
Hill.
Hill.
Spark and Hill.
Yeah.
Right.
If you want it to just be sort of either like near the like Carlton Road area, sort of an area, Valley. Around Valley.
Carlton Hill. Spark and Hill,
You could say from Prospect.
Prospect.
From Kilton.
Right, I'll go with Kilton.
Manton,
right. Sound.
Where else is there? That'll do you.
Yeah.
If you want to be posh, you can say you sort of, what's it? What? No, that's not technically works up. Yeah, they're your options.
Manton,
really.
Spark and Hill.
Yeah.
I'm from Spark and Hill, but my missus is from Manton. So they
Honestly,
believe me.
That's like the Titanic. Yeah.
Rose and Jack.
Yeah, it
just
is.
polar opposites.
Yeah, it sort of is.
Works up spectrum.
Yeah, I mean they're all fine, but in terms of like average house price, that is probably the Titanic of works up. Yeah.
What do you want to say about your missus?
Well, which one's which? That's the thing, isn't it?
Where's she
Jack
from
or
again?
Rose? What?
You're from Sparkenhill, she's from Manton.
Manton.
She's Jack.
Oh, is she?
Yeah.
All right.
But it's fine though. It's nice.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean. Sparkenhill's your big posh houses.
Oh, is it? All right.
I'm not from there.
I'll say I'm from Manton then.
Yeah. 22 minutes gone. Correction, 23. Matheus Cunha just doing a bit of running and that. Looks good at it, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's
so good at running. Thrown to United. We're looking at circa 15 yards out, right hand side. I know this is a minor gripe, but the contrast from the shadow to the light on the pitch is quite distracting, isn't it?
It's horrible, isn't it?
Yeah. Because it's so bright where the light gets in and then so dark everywhere else. This screen is hard to look at. That's a bad pass by Bruno Fernandes there. Everyone just getting up to speed. This is what pre-season's all about, isn't it, Jay?
Yeah, man, it is. The thing is, like, obviously, with it in Leeds, you want to win pre-season games anyway, especially against fucking Leeds, but I've done it so many times when you think something after pre-season, it's just nonsense.
Yeah.
I got so carried away under Van Gaal's pre-season, it was untrue.
I will get carried away again, to be fair. Luke H says, Delict broke up with his missus because she got into crystals and that. No?
Crystals?
Yeah. Thoughts on Amas going on loan?
What, like...
Is that true?
Meth. No, yeah, she got into spirituality and stuff, and I think like when she was, he got injured, she was trying to do Reiki and all that. And
really?
Yeah. After a year.
Though, is it? Like loads
is that
of people
true?
in that.
Yeah.
Have you heard?
I'm not seriously.
You've heard the same thing?
Yeah.
What? And he broke up with her because of it?
Yeah. The divorcing. Well, they're married, yeah. But you'd know that shit beforehand, wouldn't you?
No,
obviously she got into it.
How's that a fucking foul? You wouldn't like... That wouldn't bother you that much, would it?
Why is Will Ferrell here? And has he got an I love...
To the
said Iniesta.
To the extent of it.
If you're like a professional athlete,
Yeah.
and she's coming home like with lavender oil,
Island
because
jury.
it'll cure
She's
your
island
hamstring.
jury.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe it depends like the extent, I suppose.
Who was he with then? Because it looked like Mark Schwarzer, but a sort of alternate universe Mark Schwarzer.
Right. Okay.
I respect Delict for sticking to his guns on that.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not saying divorce people, but I like the fact that she was like, I'm radically changing who I am, and I'm like, and he was just like, oh, you're doing it by yourself. I respect that. Do you know what I mean?
I think it might have been like an excuse.
Maybe. Yeah.
I like Crystal's mate with divorced. What?
Yeah.
Who's left the lid off the milk? Divorced.
Divorced.
Divorced. Do you say he's saying he maybe already had his eye?
I'm not going to
What are you
get.
trying to
involved.
suggest here?
I'm just saying it's not beyond the realms of possibility that he might have thought, because it was such a deal breaker. It was a deal breaker because he was, you know what I mean.
But obviously, I don't. I'm not ingratiated in Dutch culture by any means. But you people are quite quick to point out the Dutch as being quite matter of fact and straightforward.
That's not for me. Goodbye.
Blunt.
Yeah.
Oh, you're into crystals. Goodbye.
Get out. What? Get out.
No,
Take
that's
your
it,
crystals
that's it.
and your fucking
Have you ever
clothes
seen-
and get out my house.
Have you ever seen like
Get on
Dutch
your broom.
interviews
Yeah.
with like players on the pitch and stuff, where they're just like, "Why didn't you play very well today?" And you're like, "What?" And like, "What do you? The fans must really hate you right now.
Yeah.
What do you think to that?" And they're just like, so
I
straightforward.
remember
and
Van
blunt.
Nistelrooy broke the cardinal record in the World Cup game of mentioning the war when it came to the German game.
I don't even remember that.
Like World Cup 2002 whatever.
What was the question?
And he was just asking about the game, and he was just like, we've still got a lot of anger towards the Germans because of what happened in the 40s. You're like, what? What the fuck, bro? Yeah.
Brilliant.
It's like, bro, we just went to know whether
That's the one thing
I'm not
you
English,
don't
Yeah. It was like, wow, you don't do that.
mention the war. That's mad, isn't it?
I don't forget, I was like, fucking hell, rude.
We should do that over the next season. Try and find what random facts get brought into interviews that you wouldn't expect.
I bet there's a few in there.
They'll
Are they doing that thing next season?
Oh,
Sorry.
that the substitute interviews.
That's
Yeah.
fucking absolutely dangerous, isn't it?
Yeah.
I cannot see anything good coming
It's
from
gonna
that.
get some good. It's gonna get some good clips.
Fucking hell. There you go. Get on after that one, bro.
Banter there.
Who benefits from that though?
That's what I mean.
Like,
TV.
yeah, exactly. That's what it's not the fans and the sport doesn't at all.
I think when you're watching an opposition, like a game where United aren't playing, and someone does an interview and says something terrible, we as fans benefit from that.
Oh yeah, someone else losing this shit. Yeah, but
Like Arteta doing an interview at halftime saying something ridiculous is going to be funny.
Yeah.
But it's when it's Amorim and with 4-0 down at halftime to Brentford,
So when
that's not going to be.
so
as
I
good.
was watching the Juve game not long ago.
Oh,
Fergie did it on the pitch, didn't he? Was it just after half time against Juve?
yeah,
Like,
in '99.
yeah, he was getting interviewed. And it's
Yeah,
like, that's
forgot about
fucking
that.
mental. Like you think with what was it 2-1 at the time, whatever it was, and it's like they're interviewing him and asking him about his tactics and stuff, and you think Fergie would be like fuck off, but he was like, it must have been a thing where they agreed because he was chatty.
And also, obviously, you don't want the broadcasters just doing everything and anything. But the reason why
nice.
everyone gets paid so much money in football is largely because of TV deals.
Yeah.
So they do have somewhat of a.
The TV is king, isn't it?
You understand why that they can do a bit more. It's just getting a little bit tasty at the minute, isn't
That's
it?
what we want, innit?
The pitch looks a little bit like slow there, but
Who's the biggest game we've got in pre-season in terms of like names?
Was it, what have we got? West Ham,
West
Everton,
Ham,
and Bournemouth, and
Fiorentina.
Fiorentina.
So there's not really a tough
No,
game.
there's no.
it's very much a who's who of we've just missed out on the Europa Conference League, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's the kind of level. Go on, Matthew.
All of them finished above us, right?
comfortably.
Other than Leeds.
You know as well, Fiorentina, David De Gea is going to have the game of his fucking life.
Yeah.
I'm just going to throw it out there now. If you could get him back on a free, I'd take him ahead of Onana.
Would you?
Yeah, because I think Onana's shite.
Well, but if you think that, then fair enough.
Do you not? He's not good, is it? Like, will you be bothered if it's either him or Bayern starting? Is there that much of a drop off between the two
I
of them?
think there is.
I like Bayern Day, but I don't think he does himself any favours.
I think
even
Onana's a
by.
better keeper.
I know I get your point, Scott. I'm not going to sit here and say Onana's been good enough. I don't think he has, but I don't think Bayern's just been okay when he's played. I think he's had one in him, and I want him to just not make mistakes. Do you know what I mean? Like, you go back to that Newcastle game last season. You go back to the Villa game. You go back to the Spurs game.
One half of the Arsenal game.
He had an Arsenal game, didn't he? That was all.
It was great in most of it, but he still had a couple of hiccups in there.
I just think if he just did now, if he was just okay, he'd have probably given the manager something to think about. When I say now, I mean like didn't make any mistakes.
But that's the bar, though, isn't it? I mean, and that's worrying as a United fan, that the bar is just being average at your job.
I never bought into the idea of it was everyone acted. I know you're not saying this, but everyone acted as though it was Onana or De Gea, and I don't think it didn't. That wasn't the point, was it?
Yeah.
Everyone became the argument. It's like you might not think Onana was good enough, but I think personally we had to move on from De Gea. So I think you should have had a look at someone else. And let's not forget we spent a lot of money on Onana. You could have got another goalkeeper.
Yeah, I don't think Onana was the answer, but I think if you compare the two of them at the very basics of being a goalkeeper, you need to be able to stop the ball going in the net. I still think De Gea is a better keeper than Onana at that. Although he did have clangers in his locker.
I think the trouble with De Gea, there's like two De Geas. When I think of De Gea, I think some of the games he had where he was unreal, but that last season, towards the end, do you remember what was that?
Ooh, come on.
Go on here, we're in here.
No one there for him.
Oh, where's he running the box?
Didn't have a choice there, did he?
No. Maybe could have.
This is looking a lot better one-touch football.
Go on.
Cunha cuts inside.
Go on. It's a fucking free kick, referee.
Hit it.
Leon. He needed his left foot there, didn't he?
There now.
Look at this.
Go on. Go on.
No, proper pre-season scrap.
Go on. Take him out.
Oh, that was like early 90s football. That was, wasn't
it? Remember that Chucky goal?
Yeah.
That always does the rounds. I love
One
that.
of the most.
The shittest goals ever.
Yeah. It's just horrible. It looks like. Other than the pitch, it just looks like a pub fight, doesn't it? You're like, what? Like just limbs going, people falling over.
I won't mind. You've got people like Brian Robson, who's one of the greatest players I've ever seen.
It looks like a
just
pub
looking
fight
like a pub
that
player.
Someone's put a ball into in post. Like they just edited a football into it.
It's so crazy.
It is absolutely just awful. Oh, I love that from Cunha. A bit of
shit sounds right.
I was talking to Bill Rice from Radio Manchester this week about like. The how we get blinkered in nostalgia, that the quality of football was so much better like in the past, but when you look back, really the level of football was good for the top 4 teams, when you dropped off as a whole.
I think that's what I would say about the 93-94 team. I don't think it was the best team I've seen. It was just my favourite because the games were end to end. There was a physicality you would never get that now.
No,
you wouldn't be allowed to do it now.
Well, I think in terms of people always compare, like they'll go back and look at 50s footage or 60s footage and say, oh, the standards were better. And I think if you literally brought a top class team from the 50s and 60s and put them into a game right now, I think Real Madrid from then, Man United from then, would probably lose to a championship team. But if those same players were given the upbringing and the training and the diet that these players had, they would still be the best players in the world. Yeah. The talent was the same, but it's just obviously training methods, professionalism, etc., etc. Have just evolved, haven't they? Cantona would still have been world class now. Yeah.
His ability, his natural ability
Kevin
would always
Keegan probably would still win the Ballon d'Or. But if you just literally put them in the modern day, they'd look lost. How much has the Premier League sped up in the last 20 years, let alone 70? Yeah. So, like, obviously it's different. But it annoys me when people are like, look at the standard here, it's shit. Well, yeah, but that's what football was then. Yeah. Give them the upbringing that fucking Lamine Yamal's had. George Best would probably still win the Ballon d'Or.
And also, like you say there, like, the training, the facilities, the diet, eating steak before the game.
Yeah, the tactics,
like
the coaching.
The pitches.
Yeah,
even in the 90s, Old Trafford was like a fucking mud bath, wasn't it, for so long?
Oh God, when you look at some of the dribbles that George Best did,
he's running through mud.
Yeah,
and I know, and he's got some like Ron Chopper Harris trying to decapitate,
and the ball weighs about 2 tons.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
Bobby Charlton fucking hitting a rock from 40 yards out, top bins. You're like, all right, do you think he couldn't perform in the Premier League? Yeah, it's one of them, innit?
Yeah.
And also, a lot of the arguments as well is people like who have good teams now try and argue that. Yeah.
That's why I think
City fans will argue it about, this team beat any team in any era because this is their only era, isn't it?
That's why I think, like, you have to compare teams with the teams they were playing against at the time and use that as how good they are, not, well, would this team beat that team? Would City's Centurions beat United's 1968 team? Well, yeah, obviously they would. Yeah. But that doesn't mean that they're a better team or whatever.
Yeah,
I think for me, in my lifetime, in terms of non-United teams, I think Chelsea's team in 04-05 is the best non-United team I've seen. Do you know? I think they're better than Liverpool have been or that City have been.
But Jose's first.
15 goals conceded in the Premier League in the whole season. That is unbelievable. But if you put them against City's team or Liverpool's team, they'd probably still lose now. It's 20 years on.
Yeah, no, it's a fair point.
And I think sometimes when you see what players like Best did or Maradona, it's an even better example in terms of getting the shit kicked out, but still be able to do what he did is more impressive than being able to do it with the environment that players have got today.
No, I completely agree.
What's
the chat saying about anything?
Yeah, people talking about the game. Luke Shaw not getting too many praise comments at the moment. I think people are. Uwit Daki says Luke Shaw can't play anymore. Him and Casemiro can't physically keep up. Cheeto's looking bright, says Dan Burgess, as well as Cunha. Suvic, who's in the chat all the time. Luke Shaw, OOP again. What does that mean? Out of position. Again, Luke Shaw is slower than pre-season slowness. Yeah, I'm worried. I think a lot of people are worried about Luke Shaw. A fool named Huggy. Luke Shaw should have left 10 years ago. Blimey. But who wants a player where you're lucky to get 10 games out of him and his wage? Yeah, it's true. We are worse than last season.
Love that.
35
minutes against Leeds, it's over. It's fucking over.
Start the car, we're leaving.
Yeah.
Long way to go yet. Yeah, man 123. This game is literally designed to clear out the lungs of cobwebs. People complaining about anyone's fitness is mental. Yeah, and there obviously are players who are on, decline watch. Casemiro, Luke Shaw, obviously, are two of those where you think, are you just past it now? Especially Casemiro with his age and Luke Shaw with his fitness. Like, you have to factor in, though, that it is a pre-season game. Yeah, everyone's going to look a bit rusty. This isn't about being the best team in England. It's about getting fit again, learning to play with your teammates. This is Cunha's first 37 minutes in the United shirt.
Yeah.
He's actually looked pretty decent, to be fair, but yeah, we don't need to expect big things. And because like you said, Jay, the opposite is we're 5-0 up already, and then you go into the Premier League thinking, right, we're sorted. Yeah, that's not particularly healthy either. You need it.
No, we've done them ones before, haven't we?
Yeah.
Got carried away.
It's about going through and ticking all the boxes of what a pre-season is. It's not about looking brilliant on the 19th of July.
Yeah. Remember, was it Ten Hag we had a good pre-season with?
We won the World Tokyo. Or the
Bangkok. We was at that game. We beat Liverpool, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah. I remember that. Fucking Eric Bailly had the best game I think I've ever seen anyone ever have. He was fucking unreal.
In terms of formation here today, then, Bruno's not playing as a 10, is he? But it looks like Ahmad is.
Yeah, because on the graphic, I think we had him as a...
I don't quite get it because where's Collier playing? Is he still... Is Collier playing at wing-back? I think Collier's at right wing-back, and it's Bruno and Casemiro as midfielders. And Ahmad's as a 10. Yeah. Yeah. Steve Doyle. Oh, wait, no, right and wrong. Says, the Beatles are an overrated pop band. Cool. Just enjoy whatever you enjoy instead then. You're wrong as well. Steve Doyle says, this is why we aren't a serious club. I love this. €30 for 1 year of MUTV, no monthly option, and a 503 bad gateway error when you try and sign up. Clueless. We're not a serious club.
I'm going to put that in the chat that you just asked me for.
Thank you. What?
In the huddle chat.
Is this an internal memo?
Sorry, there was a message. It's personal business. Don't concern yourself with it. It's not to do. Me and the lads have got a little group chat going on.
Okay.
You're not invited.
Just so people who are watching at home who have no idea about any of that.
Yeah.
They can hear it as well.
Yeah.
Cool. Ocean Music says, yes, the boys, buzzing for this season. That was a little bit earlier when everyone hadn't turned on us already. Luke H said, Delict broke up with his missus because he got into Crystal's for that one already. Juan Martinez says, come on United, Leon, Cunha and Mbumo, mentality, work rate and goals, positive changes and more to come. Joe, did you watch Gentlemen Broncos yet? No,
What's Gentlemen Broncos?
It's an old VHS from the 90s. We've got a bit of baby oil on it, so the stickers come off, but it's
Johnny
meant
Vaughan.
to be very good. Ryan Belmont says, having to defend the team after 38 minutes of pre-season, some fans need to give their head a wobble, appreciate the content as per. Yeah, it does feel weird having to defend what we're seeing 38 minutes into pre-season, doesn't it? Pathetic state of them.
As long as we get to Arsenal and have no injuries, I don't care too much about what the... I wouldn't want to get battered.
No.
This is a good one. This is a sort of a deep cut from As If Wakare. So if I've got your name wrong. Joe, is Jay glad he didn't get the Rashford tattoo?
Oh, yeah, remember
You
I
said
said
you'd get one.
that was for an England game. I said if he scores his free kick, I'll get a Rashford tattoo, and he scored. And then people saying, you can get a tattoo, and I was like, no.
Because he's a liar.
Yeah, I'm a liar. And also, I've not got any tattoos, but I wouldn't get a tattoo because something happened for England.
But no one said you would except you.
Oh, no.
I think that...
No, but some people did afterwards. People were messaging me.
Yeah.
And people in the comments in the chat were saying, you're going to get your tattoo.
Yeah.
And I was like, nah.
Should you maybe have not said that you would then?
Not really, I don't think it's that deep.
Jay, people respect honesty, just in life.
I couldn't get a tattoo because of an England game anyway. I mean, I'm not into tattoos, but I couldn't get a tattoo because of an England game. Well done, Cunha. Battle back
Lost
there.
it, what
Well
about?
played,
Look how tight it is.
Yeah.
Every time we try and get the ball down the side, there's like 5 Leeds players around us. We're struggling to break out when we get in those tight positions there because it doesn't feel ever like we're controlling the ball. It feels like we just put the ball in an area and then expect the person in that area to come out with it somehow. Yeah. It doesn't. Obviously, I'm not having to go at anyone about this, but just so far in this game,
Oh, lovely.
This is good. One more.
Looks like they almost got each other. Cunha's angry
Cunha
now
should have
with
had that.
Cheeto.
So this is a good bit of play. Lovely little flip round the corner. Who's that? Casemiro. Cheeto. He needs to leave.
Oh, he scuffed it, hasn't he? But if he leaves it for Cunha,
Yeah.
Yeah, Cunha's stepping onto it in a more comfortable angle there. Although there's men closing him down. I don't know. Don't mind that. Hunt for Pips says, did you talk about the Barca Rashford bid that was sent? We did. Although for anyone who wasn't here or wasn't watching, I think the general consensus was we need to know more. Because what wages are they paying? What is the option to buy price? Is it realistic? Is it 50 million euros or is it 30 million euros? Because the odds of it actually happening change drastically depending on where it is.
Valid questions there, bro.
Is there any changes to that option? Can it ever become an obligation if he has a really good season? All those questions, we don't really know the answer yet.
because it could be another Sancho.
Yeah, that's one. Yeah, exactly. Could just go there, be all right. Sancho played a lot of games for Chelsea as well. It wasn't like they
Maresca
immediately
rated him, didn't
decided.
he? He kept playing him.
Yeah.
Just fucking...
Like last season, he made 31 Premier League appearances.
Bloody hell.
I know some of those are off the bench and stuff, but that isn't a bit part player, is it? That's a first teamer.
That's better.
No, but for him to go on loan, there's a lot more risk and jeopardy from at Manchester United's position than for either Rashford's or Barcelona's. Yeah. If he gets an injury,
which is what happened at Villa, innit?
Yeah.
Doing all right, and then he got injured.
Ahmad there. Was it Ahmad? I think it was. Just felt a bit of a nudge in his back and went over. The ref didn't give it. Usually refs give them. But obviously not. Leeds not really shown much in terms of attacking presence so far, have they?
best thing to ever come out of Leeds?
I mean, it didn't technically come out of Leeds, but Eric Cantona.
Yeah,
is,
correct.
Yeah, the
second best thing to come out of Leeds?
Leeds.
Rio?
Yeah, but neither of these things are
I
from
know.
Leeds.
Well, there isn't anything that I can think of.
I didn't say they were born in Leeds.
Yeah,
Best thing to leave Leeds.
Yeah, that's a better way of putting it.
Alan Smith. He's number 4. It's weird that we signed him. He was at Leeds when we signed him.
Yeah, they got relegated, didn't they? And we got him.
And he was like a big Leeds fan as
He
well.
was,
wasn't he?
yeah.
Like,
That's
imagine that
fucking
Christmas.
brutal, like that.
Yeah.
That wasn't like Owen. Like
No.
he was one of their
Yeah,
own.
he was like
Yeah.
die-hard Leeds
Yeah.
fan. And he ends up signing for Manchester United.
Have a look.
Fucking hell.
Famous.
Where did Irwin come? Irwin was.
No, he was at Leeds,
He was
yeah.
at Leeds,
Isn't
but he was
Gordon
going to go to Leeds
yeah.
one day at one point.
He
Is
was
Ian
at-
McKellen from Leeds?
Ian McKellen? He's from Wigan, isn't he?
Is it Wigan? I know it was
Yeah.
somewhere.
I
that-
interviewed him in
that
Wigan,
didn't
and I thought that
fit
was
him-
where.
fit
I
in
think
with
he
his
lived in
accent.
Wigan and moved to Preston. I think he's Lancashire. Ian
Marco
McKellen.
Pierre White.
Oh yeah, I love all that.
Weirdly, to say how big of a city it is, there aren't that many really famous people from Leeds. Like,
Yeah, that was a
Not
deflection.
Peter
wasn't
Sutcliffe from Leeds.
it? Yeah, Peter
He's not
Sutcliffe
on my
was-
list,
was
if I'm
from
honest.
He's from Leeds,
Yeah,
wasn't
no,
he?
it's Bradford. It was Bradford. Peter
Bradford,
Sutcliffe.
was it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. it was
Peter
Bradford.
O'Toole.
Bradford. What?
Peter O'Toole's from Leeds.
Yeah,
Really?
according to
Very well spoken.
According to
wasn't he?
internet.
Have you
Lawrence-
seen him?
Lawrence
He was
Born
Yeah.
born and raised in Leeds.
Ever seen him doing interviews? Very.
Yeah, but he's got that whole same thing as Ian McKellen, though, hasn't he? You have to have the actor's accent.
He went to RADA, didn't he?
Yeah, that's a
Erling
shout.
Haaland. Not that he's gonna
What?
be one of our favourites, but he's from Leeds, isn't he?
Yeah, of course he is.
Would have been.
Surprised he didn't try and get him to play for England.
Oh yeah, fucking hell.
He was born in Leeds.
Yeah,
What
did
are
he
you
move
about?
when he was like 3?
Yeah, still born in Leeds. Like you're a Cockney, aren't you, Jay?
Essex boy, actually. Get
Sorry.
it right.
Because you were born in
Colchester.
Colchester.
Well, that explains more now.
Half time. Manchester United 0, Leeds 0. Very interesting first half there.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Good, clean sheet, solid performance. That's
Yeah.
what you need.
We've improved.
Yeah.
Can
We're
you
not
get stats in
losing.
these games?
Can you get stats? It's a grey area.
I don't think you can. Oh yeah, you can. Here you go. Here's some. Do you want to get some? Here's some stats.
Go on, give us some stats, you little stat nerd.
We've had 8 shots to their 0.
Well, that's the real quiz.
Leeds have had 56% possession though, which is obviously
pathetic.
something. In terms of passes, Leeds have completed more passes. We've had more passes in their half though, so they've kept the ball in their own half a little bit and not done a lot with it. Overall, in terms of chances and shots, it's not a lot to go at. Cheeto's had 4 shots, Diego Leon's had 2, Ahmad with 1, Casemiro with 1 as well. A relatively limited first half, would you say, in terms of excitement, Scotty?
Yeah, pretty much. It's it's getting the fitness up to level as most of the pre-season games were. It's been interesting watching Cunha. He wants to, a lot more of the ball, but Leeds seems to be like swarming him, like whenever he's on it. There's a little bit of a coming together between him and Cheeto when I think Cheeto should have left it for
Yeah, for Cunha. I agree
for the shot. But clean sheet. I think Jay was saying at the beginning of the game that he wants Bayern to have a flawless match.
Or just drama free.
Drama-free. Make no mistakes.
Just nothing where you go in Bayern Day.
Yeah, so if he gets subbed now, then that's mission complete.
Really. I'll say
Yeah,
that. That'll be good. That get
yeah.
Tom Eaton on. Happy
There's not a
days.
lot to complain about, really, is there? In that.
Well,
You say that, Scott.
Oh, no, there's not a lot that I can complain.
You haven't
Yeah.
seen the chat. Marcus says this manager is awful. Marcus also says getting dominated by Leeds. I mean, they haven't had a shot yet.
No.
So I think the phrase dominated, or the word dominated, is being slightly misused there. Hard to feel positive from that. 5-4-1 sucks. I've always found Ian McKellen a bit creepy, says JRAWK85.
I like him, mate.
Different season, same boring, create next to nothing, no patterns of play whatsoever. It's really, honestly, it really isn't an optimistic chat at the moment, Jay. Does that surprise you?
Not really. I mean, people do like to look into things, don't they? And it's not like people are going to go, oh, it's only pre-season. Yeah, you kind of expect them to be some sort of either people getting carried away if we're winning or people getting angry if we're not. So I understand it, but I'm not there. I don't.
We're
really think
we're
there's
not
much to
losing
look
and
into
Leeds
this.
haven't had a shot.
I don't think there's anything to look into this at all. It's like you saying, one of you who said it, I can't remember which one. It's like just you're blowing the cobwebs off, aren't you?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
Nace, I think what he's saying here is absolutely correct, but I don't necessarily think if it's, we can draw any conclusions from it. He says, we're worse than last season. Well, yeah, because this is the first game of pre-season, and last season was like full fitness, getting to a cup final. Like, why would this look any better than any other game? It's a friendly. It's not an actual game. Tim MUFC says, you boys got me through some dark times in COVID and watched since best channel out there by a long way. Top blokes and always funny up the Reds. Thank you very much, Tim. Cheers very much, mate. Yeah, very interesting. Terry Pearson, this is nice. He's given us an opportunity to sell ourselves here, Jay. What's the benefits from becoming a member up the Paddock?
Right, well, I'll tell you one benefit of becoming a member is we've got a bumper documentary coming out, haven't we, next week. We were going to put it out this week, but we wanted to make sure it was perfect. Just the sort of story of the last 5 years. So you get extra content on that. Also, we're going on tour on Wednesday. So we're going to be doing lots more behind the scenes content. Look, get my words out, that'd help. So it's not just the sort of, here's about United, here's what United have done, here's the signings, here's the news and stuff. A bit more about the four main presenters, a bit more about the stuff we get up to whilst we're on tour. So there's that sort of behind the scenes stuff as well. And there's some discounts available for merchandise and stuff, because we're relaunching our merchandise collection again for the new season. So there'll be offers on there. And you're supporting the channel. I know that's not necessarily a benefit for you guys, but we wouldn't be here without our members. Appreciate all our viewers and subscribers, but in terms of sort of keeping this channel going, there was a time when it wasn't for the membership, we wouldn't exist. So that's a benefit for us.
Yeah. And yeah, like Jay said, extra videos, extra content, even more stuff coming over the tour, early access to live show tickets and stuff like that as well. So yeah, all sorts. Thank you very much. Do members get to see any of Joe's scraps behind Asda? No.
I think we should do that.
Yeah.
I think as a members vid, your fights behind Asda should be live streamed on the member sections. Yeah. Which Asda is it that you fight behind?
Depends.
Are you going to be doing it in Trafford?
Are you going to do it like Kmart when you're in America?
It's me versus Andy Tate behind a Kmart in America. Andy's just volunteered it, which I didn't like. Cameron S says, every day I think of how only 3 years or so ago we had Ronaldo, Cavani and Martial and he who shall not be named as a striker. Oh, what could have been. Hey?
What did we win that year?
Nothing. And Ronaldo was 37 at the time, so that was always going to struggle to be a long-term plan. But I do get your point. We had a really good team. There's that one where they're all walking out and there's like Pogba, Cavani, Bruno, like Luke Shaw looking lean and thin, Rashford, who else is there? Ronaldo, obviously. And you think, fucking hell, we had some right players in that team. If only we'd have bought him a defensive midfielder instead of all of these aging attackers, we might have actually won something. Space Cowboy says, I like the energy in the opponent's half, especially Cunha, Leon and Ahmad. I tell you what I have enjoyed so far, Ahmad's running and pressing and just his general, like you said there, Space Cowboy, his energy. And he's always got that kind of, I don't know, he's like a wasp around you at a picnic, isn't he? You just can't get him off you. Like, he's closing everything down. You think that he's out of the way, you turn and he's there again. I've liked some of Ahmad's movement and energy. A couple of good passes in the opposition box as well that we're seeing there. And it's not that far off going in, to be fair. He should have left it for Cunha, Cheeto. But it's not a bad shot. It's only just wide.
No, but it's good. If he's a striker, you want your striker to take that shot.
Yeah. We just want the new transfer.
There you go. Here we go.
Here we go for Rashford to Barcelona. Marcus Rashford to Barcelona. Here we go. This is for Fabrizio Romano. Obviously, verbal agreement in principle between all parties involved, with Barca planning for medical tests next days. Loan deal with buy option. Details being finalised today. So hopefully we'll be able to have a bit of an update on them either later today or certainly tomorrow morning. Loan deal with buy option, as I said, details being finalised today. Then Man United will authorise his travel to Spain. Very, very convincing kit swap as well there for Rashford. That looks real, doesn't it? That?
Yeah, it does.
It's a good little Photoshoppy. I think that's huge. And you know what? I feel a little bit happy for Marcus Rashford because I'm not saying he's wanted to leave us for Barcelona, but it's been well known and well documented that if he ever was to leave Man United, Barcelona has been the club that he's been keen on throughout his whole career, basically. I think that's always been a thing. He likes Barcelona, but he's a United fan. The United player is not going anywhere. Now he is leaving. Good on you. Like, I still like Marcus. I have a lot of good memories of him as a United player. I don't think he's a bad person. I think he's made a few bad decisions. But generally speaking, if it weren't for him in the last 10 years, there'd have been far fewer things to cheer about as a Man United fan than there has been. Not that there's been that many, but I think Rashford's been a big part of most of the good things we've done. So fair play to him. Go and play for Barca. That's fucking great.
Yeah, there was a time when I absolutely loved Marcus Rashford,
Yeah.
when he was doing all that stuff as well, making the government do U-turns and feeding kids, and you know, he's been scoring loads of goals. Remember that trick against Leipzig was around the same time. It was just like this, you know, there's loads to like about him. Obviously the last 2 seasons have been difficult. I wish him well. I hope he gets this move. It looks like it's going to happen. We've had a here we go. I hope he does well. I hope Manchester United gets some money and I hope we reinvest it elsewhere.
Are you surprised that move has happened, Scotty? Because I know we spoke before about Barca being a bit erratic in the window, but that was a few years ago.
Yeah.
A lot of people were saying, like Jay mentioned, nah, why would they want him? He's shit. No, they're not going to. You're deluded if you think Barca... Like, we've seen that a lot in the news and on videos.
Loads of people were saying that.
You're deluded if you think Barca would ever want Marcus Rashford. Do you agree with that, or do you think he's good enough to play for them?
I think it's a more or less a gamble-free option for Barcelona, really. If all they're paying his wages, it's basically try till you buy. They haven't got to put up any real money until a year. So I don't think there's any risk for Barcelona to sort of do that. And it's a good move for Marcus. My own personal view in it just feels like a romantic story that was never fulfilled. The amount of potential and promise that came with Marcus Rashford. And yes, he was in a bad Manchester United team, but there was a time when you thought that he was going to be at the forefront and be the face of the United being, you know, back at the top, you know, riding the phoenix from the ashes and stuff like that. And it never came through. And there's 2 arguments as to whether that's down to Marcus Rashford's attitude towards the last stage of his United career, or was it the environment around Marcus Rashford that didn't allow him to succeed? Maybe it's a little bit of both. But personally, I think it's time for him to go. I don't like the martyrdom that's been done about him, though.
Well, in what sense?
And when his shirt number went to Cunha the other day, and like everyone said, it's disgusting how they're treating Marcus Rashford. He wants to move as well as Manchester United now.
Yeah.
And I just think it's sort of like he's been done dirty. It's not. Both club and player want this to happen.
Yeah, I think this goes for
It's just mad, isn't it? Like, Marcus has been done dirty, and then on the other hand, it's like Marcus needs to fuck off. It's just like
you can't win.
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, I think Marcus Rashford will be, if he goes to Barcelona and does well, and United get money for him, I think most United fans will remember him fondly.
Yeah, and he's gone to a team as well that is, I mean, obviously we could play him in Europe, not this season, but in the
next
future.
decade.
But typically speaking, there's no real rivalry with Barcelona, is there? Like, it's not a we all hate them, even though they beat us quite handsomely in 2 different European Cup finals. But yeah, it's not like, even when Sancho went to Chelsea, I thought, so what? Whereas with this, I might watch Barcelona a bit next season. Not that I do anyway, but you know what I mean? I'm looking forward to seeing him play for Barcelona in La Liga next year. I'm looking forward to that. We've got a couple more super chats. AP Quinn says, here's some optimism. And this is good, right? Let's count these out. I think we've got 4 here. No, 3. Ahmad's still got sexy touches, which is nice.
Yeah. Casemiro
did a back heel. That's 2. And we've still not seen the second half yet, which could be amazing. I love that. One of the positives from an otherwise shit first half is that the second half hasn't happened yet. And that could be great. Fantastic. Adam Hibbard, welcome to the Academy. Thank you for joining. Terry Pearson as well, welcome to the Academy. So he asked us before, what's the benefits from becoming a member? You answered it, and he's joined, and he's given it a go. Thank you very much.
We've got to deliver there.
Well done, Jay.
The gauntlet has been thrown down. We have to deliver for the lad.
Yeah, exactly.
Next week, you will see it. It's all happening. Big thank you.
Sorry to interrupt you there.
No,
Patrick Selman says, serious question, how is an option to buy ever good for the selling club?
It's not, is it?
No, but sometimes it's the only available option. I think it's obviously you can force Rashford to go somewhere-ish, but not really. When he's under contract at United, you can't actually make someone leave. You can encourage it and you can put pressure on, and I know plenty of players have made moves that they didn't really fancy, but their agent and their club were telling them you kind of got to do this. But we all, like we said before, we all know Rashford wanted to go to Barcelona. They've turned up. This is the offer that they've given. Rashford presumably is up for it. We want to get him out of the team, out of the training ground. They're going to be paying some or all of his wages. Let's be honest, he's not going to go there for free and we pay his whole wages. So that's the benefit to us. Let's say they're paying half of his wages, that's about 8 million quid a year that they're paying.
Yeah.
That's not nothing for starters. And if he plays well, it might lead to us getting 30, 40 million euros plus the 8 that you've saved this year. That's 38 to 45 million euros. I think that could work.
Yeah, I think you've got to remember where Marcus Rashford is at as well. Like, yes, he's a very talented player, and he's, overall his goal scoring record and his assist record and all the rest of it, and his big game performances and goals has been impressive. But there was the last season with Eric Ten Hag when he went to Belfast, disappeared, lied, said he'd come home the day before he had. I know a lot of the media were upset and angry about that because they'd been briefed by, I think, his agent and said, oh no, he didn't stay there for an extra night, that's bollocks, and it turned out he did. Then there was the issue with Ruben Amorim, where Ruben Amorim's come in, giving him an opportunity. Remember, he started and scored the first goal of the Ruben Amorim era.
Looked quite good.
Looked good. And then he was going out, and Ruben Amorim asked about it, and he said, no, it's bollocks, I haven't been out. And then it turned out he had. Wasn't applying himself in training, got drops for the City game. Those two couldn't make it work. So there is questions there about Marcus Rashford. So if you're a club looking at Marcus Rashford, you can't just ignore all that and go, oh, well, he's mint at football, like, just get him. You've got a player that you're potentially going to be paying at least 200k a week for if you're covering a lot of his wages, who, for 2 successive United managers, has done things he shouldn't have done. So there is a bit of risk. And on his last loan move, he missed a third of it for injury.
Yeah.
So there is a risk.
Yeah, there is.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, we can all love Marcus Rashford or praise Marcus Rashford and look at the positives. But if you're Barcelona, you're going, look, we're taking a punt on someone who's had a couple of seasons that were questionable, shall we say, or incidents that were questionable.
Loads of subs coming on at half time here.
Don't get me started.
Mount, Maguire.
Who's that guy? He's our elite
Yoro.
Coach, Scotty.
What?
This is your.
He's the size of a coach.
Oh, mate, I know, but you're not allowed to say anything, are you?
Oh, right, sorry.
Do you know what I mean?
Weirdly,
people will lay into you if you say what the fuck is going on there.
Yeah, they will.
I know.
Weirdly though,
What? Go on.
this isn't to do with what you're on
All
about. It's interesting that we can make so many changes, at least 6 or 7. I would guess that it's probably going to be a full 11 change, or certainly close to it. And all of those players I just mentioned could start any given game. I'm not saying we all of a sudden have got this deep squad, but you look at the likes of Mount, Maguire, Yoro, Heaven, who else was on there? Dallo, Hoyland. All of those players weren't on the first half, and the first half felt like a pretty strong team.
Yeah.
These are all coming on, and these are all good, strong players as well. So
They all started games last season, didn't
Yeah,
they?
exactly. Started a lot of games, all of them. We'll have to see who they're all coming on for. Is that Mantato there as well? I think I saw him before. I don't know if that was him. I saw the name on the back of the shirt a minute ago. But yeah, lots of players coming on. Nice, tired.
Hoyland's on
Yeah,
the pitch.
Yawn back there. Fucking hell.
hell.
It's like a cartoon Disney yawn. Don't know if that got picked up by the mics. Yeah, we need to see who's coming on. So Bendito Mantato's coming on. Academy Scoop, aka Finn, who's on the channel quite a lot, has tweeted about it, saying he's one of the biggest talents at the club and a great fit for an Amorim setup as a wing back or inside
Finn will be in his
forward.
element right now. He loves Mantato.
Yeah, worth looking at him and where he plays. Is it as a wing back? Is it as that inside forward / number 10 role? We'll have to wait and see. But Finn, of course, who knows more about the academy than
Anything I know about the academy's
than
from
all
him.
of us.
We do our show and he just words me up on what's going down.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll get the full team in just a minute once we've had those substitutes confirmed. But yeah, quite a few. Is there anyone still playing? Ugarte's on as well. Hoyland's on. Mason Mount.
Looks like it might be a full 11.
Yeah. Oh, that's a poor touch. Who was that? Heaven. I'm excited for Heaven this year.
Yeah. Is that fucking Dan James?
Is it Dan James? I think it is, isn't it?
My that's not great, but it certainly looks like him.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, it's a full 11 change.
Yeah. See, we'll get that updated on the...
There you go, you're right. Banter.
There you go.
Class 45 minutes.
Played
Flawless.
Played himself
Maybe-
as the new number 1.
Yeah.
Maybe
The football
just
matches are only 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be fantastic. Maybe just make a whole new one, Ben. Because with all the green arrows and stuff across 2 different screens, it's going to be a bit messy, innit? If it's a full 11 change. Okay, however it looks good. Okay. Ramazani, that's not the Ramazani that used to play for us, is it? Yeah, it is. Is it? Yeah. Yeah. It is.
This is.
There you go.
His career's gone to shit.
Playing for Lou.
I'm only joking.
What do you make of the MULU?
Mula.
Mulu.
What if you're like doing a list of teams you hate? Because I hate loads of clubs, mate.
Yeah.
And Scotty obviously hates
You hate loads of
whole
clubs in
areas of
Scotty?
the UK.
Oh, right, sorry, okay.
So who do you hate? Because you're Mr. Nice, you.
Oh, that's a good question.
Like, you can't say, I hate Liverpool. Yeah, we all do that.
Okay.
It's in our DNA.
Well, let me rank them.
What's an irrational
For
hate?
me, I've got. Let me do
come
like
on.
3 tiers. I think there's 4 tiers. 3 of which are hate level tiers, and then 1 of which is like a who cares tier.
Right, okay.
Top tier.
Yeah.
Hate them the most. Liverpool and City.
Right, that's fine. That's
Right.
a tap
Sick
in
of it,
for
can't
a
be
reason. Yeah, get it. I understand.
Next
I
tier
agree
below
with it.
that is Arsenal and Leeds. Brighton. For some reason.
Brighton's the one with you.
No, Arsenal Leeds after that. And then below that it's like Chelsea, Chelsea, Brighton. For some reason I just really don't like them. Tottenham, yeah, in that one. And then everyone else I don't care about.
Right,
I think that's it. I don't think there's anyone else.
Really?
Who do you hate?
Me?
Oh no, QPR are in the one with are in the one
Yeah,
with Tottenham and all them.
I
lot.
hate QPR.
Fuck QPR.
I hate QPR.
Fuck QPR.
I hate Sunderland. I
don't
hate
hate Sunderland.
West Ham. Yeah, I hate Chelsea.
Oh yeah, West Ham are in
West
there.
Ham, yeah.
Yeah, West Ham
Chelsea.
are in there.
I kind of hate Arsenal just because the fans are knobheads.
Yeah. But they're worse than QPR Arsenal.
Who else is there? I'm trying to think.
Who do you have a soft spot for then? That
Nah, that's good. That's nice.
is a team that you quite like.
Man United. Even at that point, I'm not sure I do, to be honest. No, soft spot wise, I don't hate Sheffield United because my dad worked in Sheffield and I'm from not far from Sheffield. I don't mind Sheffield United, but in a way that you just couldn't, even like a team that you don't hate. If Man United stopped existing or they went bust or something happened, United just don't exist anymore. I couldn't just be a Sheffield United fan.
Pick up
You just can't pick it up. It's like saying like pick a new sister or something, isn't it? Like you couldn't just pick a random woman on the street and now I love her as much as my sister.
Yeah.
It just don't work at all, does it?
No.
It's either Man United or nothing. Do you have any soft spot for anyone, Jay? Or Scotty? Go on.
Brentford, I think, for mine, because I played at their ground, and I was like their old ground where they used to have like the 4 corners. You used to have a pub on each corner. What was the last ground called? Brentford's previous ground?
Was it Griffin Park?
Griffin Park, that was it.
That's good.
For them.
Some people hate in Newcastle.
Chef Wednesday as well.
Oh yeah, I don't like Newcastle. I don't like Stoke.
Stoke.
I'm trying to think who else is there.
Go on. Out wide. And you don't have a soft spot for anyone?
Not really, no. I'm trying to think if there's anyone I quite like. It's like my enemy's enemy, my friend kind of thing. Everton a little bit. I know some Evertonians. My missus' granddad's an Evertonian.
What about Southampton for similar reasons?
I've got family of Southampton fans, but I'm not really. It's not that deep. Like, and also, it annoys me like when we get scrape a result against Southampton, or they've drawn with us a couple of times. Yeah. And they message me going, "Oh, you were lucky today," or whatever. Fuck off. I mean, go and get relegated, you knobhead.
So
big fans of the show.
They're with United with the.
I'm only joking. I'm only joking. I do have a little bit of a soft spot for Southampton as well.
Fair. Just holding the ball. Maguire. Who is it? So who have we got at the back? Yoro, Maguire, and Heaven, haven't we? Decent back three, that.
Yeah. What's the situation with Martinez? When will he be?
There was talk of him travelling with the squad to the US, but only as a sort of just a
mascot
fan, basically.
Yeah.
Like not taking part in any of the training with the squad, just being around the squad. Obviously, he's probably got his own training program or whatever when he's over there, but it was more a case of just him being around. Don't look into that as his next step towards coming back. So, in answer to your question, it doesn't look like it's going to be any time soon. I certainly don't expect him to be. I don't expect him to play a part for the early part of the season. I think it'll be maybe after the first international break. You can.
Yeah, probably that ballpark. People are saying late September.
Yeah,
maybe
that late. Yeah.
I think as well they're going to err on the side of caution because of what happened last time.
I think
and
so.
the facts, even though I think Martinez walks into this team personally, we have got options there.
Because they probably are the most strongest position, isn't it?
That's what I mean.
Defense.
Unless we get a couple of other injuries and he has to get forced back early.
Yeah.
I agree with you, Jay. I'm almost certain that they'll really let him come back in slowly, because it's often not the case that, I know you can come back and do your knee again, but what will often happen is they'll come back and then it's a groin injury or a hamstring injury in it, because you've not been at that level, your whole body's not been at that level for 9 months. Your knee's fine, but it's everything else that you need like miles in your joints and in your ligaments and all that stuff. So
he was playing mint as well before he got injured. That game, the balls to Delo versus Liverpool when he was cutting through the lines.
Scoring
really hitting
scoring goals even. It's like bloody hell.
Yeah, it looked like he was getting back to that first season.
Is that
didn't
the one that we were interested in? Was it Sean Longstaff?
Yeah.
A few years ago when Newcastle said, give us 50 million, you can have it.
Yeah, it was in a Solskjaer, wasn't it? But like that, so that's a good example of what we were talking about earlier. Sean Longstaff is the sort of player that he's playing for Leeds now, but if he had have come to Man United, would he have had the confidence in himself, that extra belief, that extra environment, where he might have been good enough to play for Man United?
Yeah.
Or is he just always destined to be a sort of, Championship, Premier League border kind of player? I don't know. Because when someone's like, it's someone's birthday, or like there's a big occasion in someone's life, or it's a debut, players get goals and they have good games, like it seems like a disproportionately high amount. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So there are things that can happen with a player that aren't just like innate quality, that can make you be better and score more or be more productive.
Yeah.
So if like the confidence of getting a big move to a big team, that might do it for someone. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just mad, isn't it? You can never know.
Dan James, though, you could look at his career as an answer to that.
That obviously sometimes you go up, you give it a go, it's not quite there, you drop back down. But yeah, I wonder if there's a... Oh, look at that.
We had Nicky Welsh on the Brew once. He was at United Academy back in the 80s.
Yeah.
And he didn't make it. He's a massive red.
You wrote a book recently?
Yeah, he wrote a book. I think he wrote one with John Ludden.
John Ludden wrote it for him.
Yeah, but just a huge red. Absolutely. Just like any of us lot. Just buzzing that he was even... in the academy, just like the way he talks was just like he was in his element, and it's a shame he didn't make it, because you think those are the type of players that just would die for the shirt because they absolutely love the club. But he was, when we were talking about players that were in his sort of age category, and obviously Norman Whiteside I think was the one that everyone revered and did well, and players that didn't quite make it. He was saying one player that didn't make it was David Platt, who was shipped, so I think he ended up going to Crewe, was released and went to Crewe, and yet there was a time in like the early 90s where he was like England's main man.
Sampdoria, wasn't he?
Yeah,
and
he
then
went
scored that volley versus Belgium.
Yeah. And then he was captain of England for a bit under Graham Taylor.
Arsenal, the later stage.
He was like a player that was for a few years, from like 93 to 95 or whatever, was like England's main man, and he was one of the ones that didn't even make the squad. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? I
think the onus is on the player as well to sort. If you've got the faith in your own ability, then you have to prove it wherever you are, and you've got to believe that the cream eventually will rise to the top.
Yeah,
it's that thing as well, isn't it? There's that as well, and some players at 17, 18, like Giggs, whatever, just looking unreal, don't they?
Yeah.
Others, it can be a little bit longer, and during that time, it's like, have you moved on? Have you had a move? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
I sometimes think it's the worst thing for them for young players to come on with a great goal, or
like Kiko McCader.
Yeah.
Leeds are in here. Heavy touch. Has he got away with that? No, he hasn't. Tom Eaton.
Tom Eaton, United's number one. Rather than sort of like a Januzaj come on and score a goal, and then you got that pressure from the off. Be a slow burner.
Yeah, that's what you need.
Can Tom Eaton become United's number one?
No.
Why?
Too old.
How old is Tom Eaton?
That honestly, scientists are asking the same question.
38, I'm going to say.
Yeah.
Because, do you know when you're that old that they can only tell within a few 100 million years?
Where they chop you in half and see how many rings you've got in the...
Yeah, well, no, it's even more than that. They send infrared light towards Tom Heaton and then detect how much comes back. Because they believe Tom Heaton was created just in the sort of moments just after the Big Bang.
Right.
So they have to just It's almost impossible to tell. But I'll tell you what Wikipedia says. I mean, obviously it's estimated that he's 39 years old.
Right. Okay.
But again, that's true to within 2 to 3 billion years. They're not exactly sure. I actually, I'm taking the piss a little bit. Obviously, I actually didn't think he was that old. I thought he was like 36. I didn't know he was actually 39.
Yeah, I
know it's still old, but I didn't think he was like nearly 40.
It's one of those though, isn't it? With a third choice goalkeeper, you go either one way or the other, don't you? Usually you go like a very experienced player who's been around for years, who's done like a lot. It was probably good to have around and a good thing.
Well, he was going to leave in the summer, but they offered him a new contract for that.
Good to coach with, train with the other goalkeepers as well. Because a lot of that goes on with goalkeepers training one another. Or you go with a younger one and go like, look, he's one for the future. We think he's going to be mint.
I love this question from Sergio James John. It just says, how old was Van der Sar? It completely depends which year you're talking about.
How old was Van der Sar?
How old was Van der Sar? I mean, in 1999, he was 27. And you can do the maths on the rest of that. Actually, was he? He might have been. I saw someone call him Ed Van der Sar the other day.
Ed, that was Macca, wasn't it?
Was it?
It was about favourite Ed.
It was horrible.
Yeah.
Ed Van der Sar. It really upset me.
Who was the other Ed goalkeeper?
Ed de Goa.
Ed de Goa.
Yeah.
Come on now. Dallo with his new number 2 on his back.
Up.
Hoyland with a little flicky. Unlucky. Or was it offside? Do you know what I'm actually sick of? And I'm glad we don't do this, and if we ever did, I'd be upset. Is these United Twitter pages, fan pages. And fair enough, criticise players. Say someone's not good enough. When you're asked about your opinion on Hoyland, say what you want. That are literally putting out montages of him being shit.
Yeah.
Like, daily, regularly. Like, he still plays for Man United. I think it's just shit that. Like, literally a sort of anti-Hoyland campaign from United fans. I think that's absolutely bollocks. I think the same with any player, by the way, that plays for Man United. Give an opinion, say he's not good enough, he needs to leave, whatever, that's fine. But this, like, going out of your way, because someone will clip that up now, that back heel.
Yeah.
This is what we're working with, for fuck's sake. You think, fuck off.
It's bullying when it comes to that point.
I honestly don't think some of these accounts... I don't think some of these accounts are United fans.
No, probably not. Probably not. Especially the ones where it's just like a badge and it's like something numbers MUFC. It probably just isn't. It's just someone that knows a United page will get more likes and tweets than another.
Was that Mount?
Don't know. Well done. Tom Heaton with a save there. I can't tell what happened there. Ramazani, we were talking about before, who used to be at United. He's off. Is it? Cuts inside.
Great
bot. Offside in the end, didn't he? Just held the line a little bit there, United. Dallow's been on the ball a lot, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Very much involved since he came on.
Did you make much of the change in numbers that happened?
What the?
When did he go 20 to 2?
He's gone from
yeah. Which is weird because that's the time it is now. How much was that? If you don't know what clocks are, then it could be, isn't it? Wow. Yeah, 20 to 2. Just lost the O.
It makes sense.
Makes sense. Yeah. Who was number 2 before that?
Lindelof.
Of course. God. Life, eh?
If you could have a number, what number would you be? What would you go for?
What, on my shirt?
Yeah, not if you could be a number.
Be like Harper 7. I'd probably go with. I don't know. I quite like number 10, mate.
Yeah, it's 10, isn't it?
10's good. Because everyone says 7, but
no, 10's better.
10.
10's my favourite.
Yeah.
Definitely.
What about you?
8, okay.
8.
Yeah.
When you think of 8, who do you think of?
Midfielders.
Like, no, is there a player though?
No.
You acting like it's a bad quiz. Like I'm putting you on the
I'm just trying to think. What was Keane was 16?
I always think of Paul Ince.
Paul Ince 8 twice.
Yeah, I still think of Ince when I think of 8. I think, you know, when you think of those numbers, I think of like that 93, 94 team. So I think of like Parker as 2, Irwin as 3, Bruce as 4, Sharp 5, Palace 6, Cannonau 7, Ince 8, Chocky 9, Hughes 10, Giggs 11, Robbo 12, Kanchelski's 14.
I like that.
Like even now, even though it's been 32 years.
That's what were you 13 then?
And then Keane joined and he got 16, didn't he?
It's the perfect age to just be fully you get it.
Yeah.
Obviously, you've liked him for years, but you actually started to get what
That's
He was
why.
number 13 though.
I don't know. Usually it used to be the reserve
sub
goalkeeper,
goalkeeper,
but I don't
wasn't
know
it?
if Leslie was 13. I don't
No,
think
it was,
he
I think.
Was it?
It was the other goalkeeper at the time.
No, it was just.
There's just two.
I think it was because I think Coton came in '95, didn't he? I think maybe Gary Walsh, perhaps.
Find it for you.
I think it might have been Gary Walsh or maybe Kevin Pilkington.
Number 13 was in fact Les Seeley.
Was it? I should have known that because
the green shirt.
son was
Your
on this
Les
channel
Seeley.
the other week with his gloves and everything. I couldn't remember he was definitely 13.
You didn't realise he was a sober fella.
Yeah, he was on our channel,
yeah.
man. He's good stuff, Joe.
Looks like his dad, doesn't it?
Oh, massively.
Okay.
It's absolute
Apple
image
don't
of him.
fall far from the tree there.
No, he's absolute spit of him.
Oof.
Bloody
Good
hell.
battle there. Who's that? Well
Evan.
done, Evan.
Is he given a free kick for that?
Oh, get fucked.
That didn't look like a foul, did it? Is that a foul? Doesn't feel like a foul, does it?
Not really, no. I think if that, it's one I don't know. If Dan James had gone down, I could see why he got it, but he didn't. I just think he just carry on, but the referee's been soft.
63 minutes gone. Relatively. I mean, I think United have looked a little bit better second half, but in terms of holding the ball, not had as many shots though.
No.
Not turned the
Leeds
pressure
have got
into-
through a bit more in this half
Yeah.
as well, though.
Yeah, the game's just that's shit from Dallo there. Too slow. The game's just sort of opened up a little bit, hasn't it?
There's a
Yeah,
lot of
Leeds
this.
are in there.
Good
Save from Tom Heaton.
Really good save, Tom Heaton there.
Never too old, Joe.
Yeah,
No,
Joe.
Ageist.
Sorry.
Be saying you're too old for this shit channel.
I
so
know,
get him.
man. I'm the same age as Tom Heaton, so I
That's
just
it.
think that makes me feel
You what?
I'm the same
That's
age.
not that question. How old was Van der Sar?
Yeah, I was Jay, 39,
When?
6 years ago.
But you look good for it though, don't you?
I look better now than I did fucking 6 years ago.
Yeah, exactly. You look better and younger now than you have done for most of the last 6 years.
20 years.
Yeah. It's good that though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's bad because we were mentioning about like we were putting that doc together for like 5 years of Paddock, and me and Steve were on a brew yesterday. We were talking about like the first brews we were doing when we went from full-time doubles to Paddock. We both agreed we looked horrendous. And I'm not throwing shade at Steve there. He agreed. We both didn't look good because we piled on weight. I had an awful lockdown
How
beard.
much more did you weigh then?
I think
I know
I
it's
weighed 3 stone more than I do now.
That is actually a good chunk, innit?
Yeah, and I'm naturally slim anyway, so it looked weird. Do you know what I mean? Like Steve, at least
Yeah.
was a bit of a big lad, so he
He's got
sort of
a
carried
heft.
it. But with me, it was just like my arms weren't that big, but my belly and my chest and my fucking chin was. But it only took me 5.5 years to get rid of it, so
He's done well there. Very impressive.
it does look mad though when you see those old pictures, doesn't it? Because it's like me and Steve look completely different. McCullough's just been in a fucking time warp for the last 5 years, doesn't look any different at all. And you strangely look different.
I look different, but in a less obvious way.
Yeah, it doesn't look like you.
No, I
Do you
look
know what I
like
mean?
I look like you've done a talent show to hire the best possible lookalike
Yeah,
of me, and it's really
it's really good,
impressive,
but it's not you.
But you just know.
You know,
it's not
like
me.
when you watch some of them like films from like the 50s, like where the aliens come down, they take over the body.
Oh, yeah,
And
invasion of the body
yeah,
snatchers.
the like the missus is suspicious, like it's acting really weird, like something's going on.
Or
It's
like on Men in Black.
yeah, like it's not him. It's,
not the
like
real
that. It's
Roger,
like that
right?
looks like Joe, and it sounds like Joe, but it isn't Joe.
Clearly not.
Face Off with Joe Smith.
Yeah, it's one of them, man.
Good save that.
That's a great save.
Zana Kiaran Mandaza,
Oh, yep.
he says, with Cunha and Mbumo now added, where do you see this team finishing? I think our ceiling is 7th, and you're my favourite Man United channel since 2018.
I think that's not a bad shout. I want to give an answer because I don't just want to say dependent on this, and this. I'll say 6th. As it stands. I'll go 6th. I think there's 5 teams that are better than us.
Who are they?
Obviously, the 2 fucking idiots. Liverpool and City.
Yeah.
Um,
Arsenal.
Arsenal are, aren't they?
Chelsea.
Chelsea, they've got that X factor with certain players. Just
They've had a great transfer window.
Yeah.
So you'll add one more.
we haven't quite got. Think probably Newcastle.
Yeah. So you
Again,
think we can finish above Villa,
again,
but
unfortunately.
Newcastle's a step
And
too
Newcastle have done that thing there where they've had a couple of players who are just shining for him now. Like, you look at Grimadas for him, he's just fucking class. You look at Alexander Isaac for him, I mean, he's been pretty good ever since he got there, but now he's just taking it up a notch.
Yeah.
You look at even someone like Joe Linton does a fucking good job for him, doesn't he, for what they need from him.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? They've got those players who have just gone from like being 7s to 8s.
Yeah.
And it's annoying.
Yeah.
I was good touch, to be fair.
Well, heaven there, sweeping up. Leeds got through us there. There was two Leeds players playing through 3 of ours, and the passing was so close for us to win it back like 2 or 3 times. We just couldn't get there. That's probably just a fitness thing. Maybe in a couple of weeks or a month or so, they'll be ready to win the ball back there, and it becomes a counter-attack rather than Leeds playing through us. We just look a little bit.
We've not looked as good this half, have we? I don't think.
No.
I thought for the first 10 minutes, I thought we did. I thought we looked better, but yeah, last 20 minutes or whatever.
They've been getting in down Dallow's side a lot, and I think Mason Mount's lost the ball a hell of a lot, and Hoyland's
not really had anything.
If you had a choice playing for United, right, would you rather play in a friendly and play mint, or play in a game that mattered and just be okay?
In a game that mattered, what do you mean?
Like a Premier League game?
Yeah, give me that.
Yeah, always, yeah.
Premier League game.
So you'd rather but not do that.
What do we get? 3 goals in a friendly?
Yeah.
Or I come on and get just a couple of good passes, but not a lot in it.
Yeah, in a Premier
5
League
minutes
game.
in United win against Liverpool, I'd take.
All right, okay. So right. All right. What about United in the league against Villa at Old Trafford? 20 minutes.
Where are we in the league?
20 minutes.
Don't do out wrong. Oh no, full game. Don't do out wrong.
Oh,
Take that.
Yeah. All right. Or I'll give you a friendly
against Real Madrid.
Against Real Madrid, and you bang a hat trick in.
Which Real Madrid team?
2001.
Is Ronaldo on the pitch?
Yeah, 2003. What would you rather
Just
do?
a competitive game for Man United.
Yeah. All right, fair enough.
Where I'm not embarrassed.
I don't know, because I just think I'd dine out on that I banged 3 against Real Madrid for the
think-
rest of my life.
I think people remember like goals and stuff and performance. It doesn't like in 10 years' time, people will go, "Do you remember when he played fucking pre-season?"
Yeah.
Got that
You
shit."
still
Like,
see that little skill that Martial did against Real Madrid on the goal line, where he skims past a couple and dinks it in.
That would be my
Maybe
Twitter
it is
bio.
the hat-trick against Madrid then.
That'd be on my gravestone, mate. I'd be like,
Bojan, who we love, Bojan Djordjic, who's been on the channel. He only played twice for United. One of those was a friendly against Celtic, and he scored a worlder.
Did he only play twice for United? His name feels like it was ringing around for ages. The next Ryan Giggs one.
He's ace though. He tells you some stories like after that goal he thought he'd made it, and he never think if he played for United again.
I was listening to something the other day about United's post '99 pre-season.
Oh
You heard about the antics that went on.
I think isn't this the one that we spoke to? We spoke to some Wes Brown about that on tour.
Yeah, the post '99 when Ferguson didn't go, did he?
No,
was it
is
McClare?
that the
Was
one?
it Brian McClare? Like was in charge of the.
No, well that's like the fucking blind leading the blind. Jesus Christ, that's like
Why
putting
did Ferguson
me and
go?
you in charge of
They
it.
just won the treble, I think.
Fuck
There was-
it. I love that.
Yeah.
But Dwight York fell asleep on the training pitch. Like they were out on the piss every night. But they were winning games as well, weren't they, in pre-season?
And also that season, didn't they? I think we got our most ever points. We're the first team to get 90 points in the Premier League, I think.
Right.
It was 91 points they got,
Fucking
which
hell.
is like still now, I think, our highest or equal highest.
The thing that annoys me
They
about
were
the sort
unbelievable
of
that season,
record
2000.
points tallies is that Fergie didn't care about that. As soon as the league was won, he'd bring in the kids. So if you look towards some of those seasons, look at those last few games. Remember we lost to Derby, we lost to Charlton, we lost to fucking whoever else it was. And you think, what went on there? And it was just like, he'd just give everyone a game and he'd start bringing in youngsters. He wouldn't be like, oh, we can break
You can't win the
record.
league by
Like,
more than winning
Yeah.
it. You know, once it's mathematically certain, that's the same as anything else.
But I still hold to that though. Like just winning the league is what it's
No,
not.
I agree.
This whole phenomenon about who's won the league by the most points has only
bollocks.
happened in the last sort of 5 to 6 years, and it was invented by the Scousers.
It was by the Scousers losing the league with a record number of points.
Yeah,
by
it's like,
saying,
look at us.
You know, and then I saw someone with Arsenal, or no, it might have been Liverpool actually, and they were saying if you moved 6 results around, we would have had 4 titles and 3 Champions Leagues, right? And someone pointed out, like, if you moved 3 goals around, United would have had 7 consecutive titles and 3 Champions Leagues. Like, that's not how football works, you fucking idiot.
Yeah, exactly. It's like if I'd have walked out in that road just 10 seconds earlier, I would have been hit by a car. Yeah, but that car's nowhere near you, you know. Like, you can't just move stuff about.
He's had an interesting career. Only that Melia. Is it Melia? Is that how you say it?
Meslier.
Sorry, the young lad. So didn't he play for him when he was about 12?
Yeah.
And then they were all raving about him.
He was linked with us, wasn't he?
Yeah, then a few things. That's no. I don't know why I was getting excited at that.
Shot on target at least.
Then he had a couple of stinkers, didn't he? Like really bad stinkers.
Fucking Dallow's still Dallowing there, isn't he?
He's quite a polarising figure, Dallow.
Yeah.
My missus absolutely fucking adores him.
Do you know what I like about him? Oh, sorry,
there are some fans who like Ronnie. Very, very praised him quite a lot. Didn't he? A couple of seasons ago, he said he was our best player. I think.
Yeah.
That season, not in general terms. But a lot of lads I go to the game with can't stand him. I quite like him, to be honest with you.
He seems like a really likeable person. But like in terms of, he's either really good or he's terrible.
Yeah.
He's got that thing a little bit of. Do you know, like, I don't know how, I don't want to be too offensive here.
Go on. But you're going to be, aren't you?
Do you know, like, you'll see it sometimes where it'll be like, take your son to work day, and the son sort of turns up in a suit and acts like they actually work there. Yeah. His personality's got a touch of that to it. Like, he's so serious and he's so into it, and he's playing the role of serious, into it, obsessed Man United player. But there's just something about him that is a child in a big suit. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And you just go. Roy Keane was taking it. He's taking it serious, but it felt real. Yeah. And like, this is legit. You're a proper. Dallow acts like he's like a captain, but for some reason you look at him, you just want to smile and go, "You're not."
I remember doing something for Premier League Productions at Old Trafford outside, and they asked us to go in a car park. It was just a normal Wednesday, whatever. But the players were there, and they said, "Can you go in a car park?" Me, it was around the back of Old Trafford, near where the Jimmy Murphy statue is. So the players were coming in, and we were doing a live. So it was me and the reporter, and they were filming with Old Trafford behind us. And Dallow came, and he walked behind us, and he had something like his lunchbox, what looked like a lunchbox with him, and he was looking like that to see us like looking at us filming. So we sort of turned around and we went like thumbs up, and "Hi Dallow," like presenter. And he went, like, and then he just stayed there, like for ages. And then, like, as we were doing the live, like, the presenter in the studio's obviously got a feed of us, and was going, "Is that Diogo Dallow behind you?" And he was just stood there watching, and we went, yeah. He's like, he's just coming to, I think the players were here today, and he's like, "Oh, right, okay."
I don't think the players, like, walked in.
Like, yeah, no one had bothered. Like, it's not that exciting, is it, when you're a Manchester United player? There's a
camera
outside the ground in the car park. Like, no one cared.
That's like,
it was the fact he just stayed and carried on watching it for like 5 minutes, which was just mental.
What did he have on the front of his lunchbox?
I can't remember. I wish I'd have known. Yeah. It
was there in the big blue house, actually.
Oh, right, sorry.
Is Maguire gone off? Is that injury related? Do we know? He looked fine. Who's come on? Sorry. Fredrickson.
Go on. Oh.
Just saw Mantato then want it close-up shot of him. And he looks 11 years old.
Mustard.
He's so like small and just like narrow-shouldered and just like a small guy. But yeah, Maguire off for Tyler Fredrickson. He's only played. Well, he's played 30 minutes exactly, which to me maybe indicates that was pre-planned.
Yeah.
Because that's obviously it could be a coincidence, but I feel like he said you'll have 30 minutes. If he's not
that makes sense.
Maguire also, another thing with Maguire. For like the last 6 months, it feels like he's good save, Tommy. It feels like he's been playing with injury or not quite fit. It's like it feels like
he played a hell of a lot of games though for the thing, I think.
It feels like there's been a lot of reports though recently, last 6 months, where it's like, oh, Maguire's not fully fit, but he played anyway, or he's only playing 60 minutes because he's not fully fit. I don't know why, and then he's come off again after 30 minutes.
Where do you stand on that?
What's going on there?
What do you think about that? Do you buy into that idea? You should play if you can. Put your boots on, you should play, or do you think if you're not fully fit, you should?
During the season, I get it.
Yeah.
But now it's pre-season. I think, is he still not fit? He's not played for a month. Is he like?
Yeah.
Is he all right? I don't know.
think it was very much a needs must because Yoro was injured, Martinez was injured, I think Heaven was injured,
De Ligt was injured.
De Ligt
as
was
well,
injured. So he's like, who else are we going to throw in?
It's
But
mad,
there
isn't it?
was one game when we were playing.
games.
We were playing Fredrickson, and who else did we play at centre back? Was it against Newcastle?
Yeah. It might have been Fredrickson, Lindelof, and fucking.
But we had Amas and Fredrickson.
Yeah,
didn't we?
yeah.
I don't remember who
The
else.
Brentford
was at
game where they
centre-back. I know Amas
both
is at
struggled
left-back.
because they were getting targeted in the air.
But there's the one before that where they both looked quite good.
Yeah,
Do you remember
that
what
was
was-
one.
what
Was
was
that
that
one at Old Trafford?
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
there's one at Old Trafford where it might be the Wolves game where they looked good,
Mm.
and then there was one away
Where they struggled.
because
in the air.
nothing Harry Amas can do if he's a fucking you're trying to beat someone 6 foot in the air. 'Cause
He's
only
5'7", like, you can't
that,
pretend
it's not
you're
his
not.
fault.
Is it legal to play with a sort of compressible moon boot? Is there a limit to how tall your studs can be, and how not just the studs but the thickness of the sole of the shoe? I think that's a Paul Simon song, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is there though? If you wanted to try and get an extra inch or two,
Right, look, send it.
go on. Who's that, Mount? Edge of the box. No, lay it off.
Oh, the obvious ball was on there.
Although, yeah. Anyway, Hoyland needs to get out. Rashi needs to get out. Dallo needs to get out. Garnacho needs to get out.
Is
Sounds
this
like the
you
start of a-
or is this
this
you
is according-
quoting someone?
This is according to JJ.
JJ,
That sounds like the start of quite a good sort of.
quite a
a
good player
good-
that used to play for Bolton.
It's like a
No,
90s pop
Hoyland
song.
get out, Rashi get out.
Oh,
It's
right,
like
so
a
I
start
remember the name.
of a quite a good grime song.
Hoyland,
Yeah,
get
it
out.
sounds like what
Rashford,
Five
get
would do.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe actually. Five,
Yeah.
What grime have you been joining? I mean, he's a grime fan.
I don't listen to a lot of it, but I like it.
Did they have grinding works?
Yeah.
Yeah, you run your finger along the trader clock, you'll see a fair bit.
Don't laugh. Don't sympathy laugh.
That's not bad.
He's a funny guy, but that was shit.
No, that wasn't
I'm
shit.
laughing at how bad
It was a mixture of dust and dirt, actually, and I've brought it back with a second one about the grime.
Should we listen to Scotty's chant again?
No.
What is this? Talk us through it,
Scotty,
Scotty.
and
Tea-
he's put a C-bomb in it, so I have to edit it when I play it.
What, as in see you next Tuesdays?
Yeah.
Oh, for God's sake. Scotty, please.
I know.
Let's not fill the. Let's
I
not
like
turn
this.
the blue on the terraces.
Right. Don't start getting all embarrassed. Come
No,
on.
right, so
Known you all my
hit us
life.
with the backstory of this.
So,
What is this?
yeah, it's
Be proud.
So the Brian and Bumo signed yesterday. So I thought, right, rather than
Well,
do the obvious,
the deal's agreed.
Oh,
but-
right. Well,
sorry,
rather than do the
before
obvious and
everyone
just
gets
do a song about Brian, I thought, why not I merge the front line that United have got with a bit of Manchester folklore?
Yeah.
So I've gone Storm Roses, Matheus Cunha, and Brian and Bumo.
And I'm not going to ask him to sing it. I'm going to play it.
All right, go on then, because I've got one as well.
Right, ready?
Brian's the resurrection, Cunha is the light.
Oh, wait a minute.
Put it on
Sorry.
that as well.
I've
Slow
got it.
down,
I'm very
sorry.
fast there.
I always have my voice notes at
Shows how little he respects you, that, doesn't it?
1.5 times
He's
speed.
got your voice notes
That
sped
I
up,
get
Well,
a
at least I
reply.
listen to it.
so we can get back to not having to listen to it.
Stop shit stirring.
You had to go at workshop a minute ago.
Brian's the resurrection, Cunha is the light. When they both attack together, defences go to shine.
Read it.
Are you alright?
Did you not hear that bit? No.
Yeah, sorry. Right. Where do I play it from? Where's the best
Well,
place?
wherever the music is coming out.
Right, you do it.
I wouldn't be using the.
There you go.
Brian's the
When does the C-bomb come?
resurrection,
No, it's dead
Cunha
quiet.
is the light. When they both attack together, defences go to shine. It's fucking throat.
I like it.
Do you know what? It's growing
think
on me.
it's good.
It's growing on me. When you first wrote it and sent it me, I was like, no.
I don't know if people could
But
hear
when
that.
you sent it to me there, I listened to it yesterday. I thought, okay, yeah, I can actually imagine singing that.
I'm gonna
Stretford.
start off at Eaton Park tomorrow.
Right,
So
okay.
can you give us the words again for people who couldn't hear it properly? You don't have to
So
sing it,
it's a play on.
Torch. Referee!
no chance.
Could have killed him. Ow! Save.
Save.
So it's a play on Storm Roses' I Am the Resurrection. So it's Brian's the Resurrection.
Brian's the resurrection, Cunha is the light.
Yeah.
When they both attack together, defences go to
Go to.
shine. And then everyone in the Stretford end can do like air guitar.
Right, okay, yeah, I like that. Yeah. Brian's the resurrection,
I think
Cunha is the
I
light.
think this sentence is the weakest point.
What?
Oh right.
I
What?
think
Louis Walsh.
when they both attack together, defensive tension. I think I like the shy. That bit's great. Defensive tension shy. I think somehow the first half of that sentence, if we can streamline that, we might be able to a winner there.
I didn't ask for a
Brian's
No, but
the
I'm just letting you know
resurrection.
it's not gonna
Cunha
happen as it
is the
stands.
light.
Get the viewers to suggest.
Yeah.
Someone just said this ref is a bum, which isn't the same.
Okay. Well, I think it's alright. Yeah.
I think it's actually quite good,
Yeah.
but it's not as good as boom boom boom. Let me hear you say Brian.
No,
Boomo.
No, Brian. Let me hear you say.
Go on. What am I meant to say?
Let me hear you say Brian.
Boom, boom, boom. Let me say Brian.
No,
Right.
I say that bit.
What
and
do I
then
say?
Brian.
All right, go on then. Do it again.
Boom boom boom. Let me hear you say Brian.
Boomo.
Fuck off. I'm sick of this. Just because you want Scottish to win.
Okay, now. It's not a competition, Joe.
Well, it is, isn't it? Because we're not going to sing all of them.
Well, listen. Get back to listen.
Someone's got to win.
It ain't United by lots of it.
Yeah, I know. It's a shame, isn't it? In that case, I suppose we're all losers, aren't we?
What's the best chant?
The best.
The best. What's your favourite chant?
What's the best in terms of like, not like the emotion or, but what do you think is actually, because these are like, yours in particular is quite a lyrically advanced.
Yeah.
You're trying to get concepts into a format. Because obviously like, sometimes.
The simplest are the best, aren't they? I think.
Yeah.
Although the
United.
Anderson one was
United.
my favourite.
Yeah, that was a good one.
That's pretty good.
I used to like the Fellaini one. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Remind us of that one.
Every woman, every man. No, what was it? Join the marathon of love. Stand up, stand up, stand up. It's Fellaini. I used to love that.
Yeah, that is good.
But it was a bit niche. Not everyone sang it.
And the problem with that one as well, the best chants have a go round again ability.
Yeah.
When they end with like a stark thing, it's hard to then, because you want them to be able to clap through all the way through and just keep singing it. But that is a good one. 83rd minute, 84th minute. United sort of almost winning the ball back high up, almost doing something good. We do look a bit slow. Shit touch that from, was it Mount who laid it back to Mainu? Well done, Ugarte there. He's one that I think a few eyes on Ugarte at the start of this season.
Yeah, 100%.
He's got some naysayers. I'm not sure why. I mean, I get why to a certain extent, but it felt like very early on in his United career there was a section of people who were not convinced almost immediately.
Ronnie wasn't convinced when we got him, was he? Because he'd seen a lot of him at PSG and didn't think he was good enough. I hadn't seen any of him at PSG, so I don't really have those, previous prior conceptions or whatever, or misconceptions or whatever, or any opinion. I just went off what I saw at United. I quite liked him when I saw him at United. Do feel like he went off the boil at the very wrong time for us.
Yeah.
Like, we needed him towards the end of the season, I felt. And it's like he had his worst games towards the end of the season and somehow managed to play his way out of the Europa League final team, which was just amazing to me. Not that, I was amazed that Amrin did it. I just thought it was amazing we got to that place because about April, you'd have thought, he's fucking one of the first names on the team sheet for that game. And yet, didn't even get any minutes, did he? So, you're right. Everyone, we keep saying, it's 2 seasons, second season. This is why we need to be a bit more ruthless, and this will be his second season, so hopefully we'll see what he's about.
He's not convinced me that he's a starter with that sort of patchiness of his.
I agree with that.
And I also think Ugarte suffers from McTominay's success in Italy because you will have a section of fans that say, we sold McTominay for him.
Yeah.
And I think that plays against him.
Because... Well, that was how it was being billed, wasn't it?
That's not my view. But
No, it was. It was. We covered the news extensively, and all the reports were that United need to get somebody out the door to be able to get the Ugarte deal over the line.
Yeah.
Then you had this bizarre situation where it was obvious Tanai didn't rate him because he didn't fucking play him.
Yeah.
So you're like, right, so you've just moved heaven and earth to get this player. Tanai wanted to keep McTominay, and you've said, no, fuck off, we're bringing in Ugarte, who the manager doesn't even want as a backup or as an alternative.
Yeah.
Then you bring in Amrim, who knew him from his sporting days, but then towards the end of there, it was like, well, actually, Amrim seems to have had enough for him. It has been a bit weird, but we'll see. I don't know. In theory, it should work with him and another midfielder, shouldn't it?
Yeah.
That you could see that happening, couldn't you?
Yeah, you could. Him doing the dirty stuff. Someone else doing a bit more of the ball playing and stuff. Because there's a lot of... he's not a great passer, but he's not a terrible passer. Like before then, he's playing the ball on the move outside of his foot out to the winger. It's not a difficult pass, but he can pass.
Yeah.
And there's plenty of midfielders who are shit defensively, who get a lot of games and who still are impressive to everyone. And he's definitely good defensively. Well, that was a decent pass, and you don't get loads of credit for that. It wasn't a difficult pass, but he's capable of passing it, isn't he? He's not a fucking complete idiot.
I think if the jury's out on Ugarte for this season, then I think Mason Mount's got under more pressure than Ugarte too.
Yeah, he needs a big season, doesn't he? Mount's got to be on it this year.
He's got to stay fit, and he's got to put in
performances. Mount's been.
You can't sell him though if he has we're not recouping any of that money. If he has a bad season or gets injured again, we're gonna have another Luke Shaw.
If I was Mason Mount, I'd be worried.
Ooh, yes!
Oh, go on! Oh,
fuck it up!
Oh, they are
back to the 1980s.
Bobble fest. That was like that goal we're on about before. Oh, it was ridiculous. Hoyland there, good header back into the danger area. And then I couldn't tell, so many bodies flying around. Who did what? Was it Heaven who headed it against the crossbar?
Ooh, baby dear.
Oh, go on.
That's
that Belinda Carlisle.
Yeah.
That's a tap in that one, isn't it?
Heaven.
Oh, go on. I don't know. How's it? Heaven is a
place on earth.
Oh, just the
I wasn't. I was literally just singing the song.
People say Heaven is the best on turf.
Yeah, that was our Paddock Live. Heaven is the best on turf. Yeah, that's quite good.
Yeah, it works that, doesn't it? And then you got Dallo swinging there. You got Mainu spinning around trying to get it. Ooh, Aiden, do you know what that's?
Yeah,
that actually works, doesn't it?
I've got like an ironic one that's sort of like taking the piss out of his move. He was looking for a club and then he found a club and Heaven's miserable now.
That's good.
That's good.
Yeah,
that works.
No notes.
Ooh.
Oh, it's Mainu who had with that first header. And then it was Heaven with the follow-up. It's unlucky that, innit?
Yeah.
You expect that to just find a way to the back of the net.
Nice, that.
Didn't you, on your bet builder, Jay, didn't you predict 5+ goals?
Yeah, I did. Still a little bit of time left yet.
It's not beyond possible, is it? It'd be cool if United could score.
Yeah, I think I predicted 5+ goals and 30 booking points, and I don't think we've had any booking points. So I need like a last-minute goal frenzy and a last-minute.
Yes! Oh, he's in the way. No, he's not in the way. He hits it straight at him.
Yeah, just a goal, a United winner is what we need.
Oh, come on!
Mount with a little side slice.
That was terrible. No pressure on him at all.
It's a great pass out wide, that.
Did these win the championship, or did they finish second?
They finished second, didn't they? Pretty sure. Yeah, Burnley won it. They finished second. Sheffield United finished third and then shat the bed. That's unlucky, that. See, last couple of minutes could be a late winner. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Should have had one. They're not going straight to penalties, are they? Anything silly like we used to last season?
Oh God, is that happening this pre-season?
I don't know.
That was so annoying. That the worst one was where it was funny in the end because we won. We beat Arsenal, and then it went right. There's penalties. And I'm like, what do you mean there's fucking penalties? We've won.
Yeah.
Was that annoying for you in America? Well, me and Ronnie were sat here at 5 a.m.
You sat here at 5 a.m. Really? You never mentioned it to me.
You told me this is another pre-season. I'm not going.
Yeah, but the thing is to remember.
Yeah, sorry, that's my fault.
No, but here's the thing, Scott. It's your fault for not putting yourself on America time.
Yeah.
Because the game still happened at the same time.
Yeah.
We just did the right thing and prepped for it. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
We were both awake at the same time, covering the game.
We were both on the same globe watching the same match. If you'd have just set your body clock to America time,
you being sat here with Ronnie, or me being sat in a press room with Stephen Howson taking his top off. Yeah. I don't know who was getting a short straw.
And this isn't modern day Stephen Howson.
No,
where that
this
might
is
be
Big
good.
Steve.
This
in the middle of the world's media, stripping off.
Why?
Sure.
For amusement.
I think he was a bit
warm.
sweaty and he decided to get changed.
And that's the best place to do it, just in your chair with loads of the press around you.
Yeah.
Go on, good touch.
Nice.
No, it's not really on that, is it? Because he's just got no space at all. I think Delo should have hit that. He cuts inside. You trust your left foot and go across goal there because he's passing it to Dorgu, who's got men on him.
Yeah, he should do, shouldn't
Do you know what I mean? Like, I think just hit it now. Rollocks. Unlucky.
Clucking bell.
Dorgu, honestly, every time he plays, he's so involved in the game.
Yeah.
I don't think he's had a game at Man United where you go, fucking hell, I didn't notice Dorgu today. Like, he's always massively involved, which I like that. Come on, one more minute. It's a foul. What's he saying here? Someone just put in the comments, Ornstein tweet.
Ornstein.
Marcus, oh, here we go. So a bit of an update on the Rashford situation then. This is from 2 minutes ago, David Ornstein. Barcelona set to pay the whole Marcus Rashford salary as part of proposed transfer. Impending loan and option to buy includes 100% wage coverage by Barcelona as all parties work to finalise the deal. So that's good. That's important for United. Yeah. And I suppose you would say we've still got, I think, 2 with an optional third year left on his deal, even after this season. Or maybe 1 with an optional second anyway. Still plenty of time left on his deal. And they're paying his whole salary there, according to David Ornstein. So that's good, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. After this video, we'll get into that.
Yeah, okay,
Me and
cool.
you'll do a video on that.
Lovely.
Because I don't think we need a fucking review of this, personally.
Okay, there you go. Manchester United 0, Leeds 0, full time. A relatively gentle, tame pre-season game, wasn't it, Scotty?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I think there's only like 6 places that divide these two teams, and you could tell that on the performance today. Just getting the fitness under the belt. There's not really a lot to get excited about or to worry about. Maybe Tom Heaton isn't old enough, though. I thought he was best player on the pitch today.
He was very good today, Tom Heaton. Everything that was asked of him, he answered very well. There's a few decent players there. We'll go through a few bits now then if we're not going to do
I just think let's
review.
talk about Marcus in the next one. We don't need a full fucking review of this.
No, well, let's just have
Scotty's here as well.
Let's have our thoughts right now then. So what did you make of that then, Jay, in terms of who played well, who didn't, anyone that you're impressed with?
I kind of saw what I already knew. Ahmad looked good. Cunha, I'm excited about him. Looked comfortable as soon as he's put on a United shirt.
Yeah.
Bayern did okay. There wasn't much going on.
No.
Do you know what I mean? It was like there was, Cheeto looked dangerous at times. Again, we knew that. These are all things that we kind of know.
Yeah.
Like there was nothing where I go, fucking hell. Did you see that? That happened or whatever, or that player did that. It was just everything was all right.
Yeah.
It's a 0-0 against the side that's just been promoted. You've got some new players coming in. You've got some players that don't play that often. Obviously, it was 2 strong teams actually. I mean, 2 strong United teams.
Yeah.
But there wasn't many players. I don't think there's any players like other than Mensato maybe making a debut. So we just kind of saw what we expected in a way. Yeah. Yes, I would have liked to have seen us absolutely batter these fucking knobheads, but like Scott is saying, there's nothing to get too excited or outraged about. It was just all right.
Yeah, we've got a few super chats as well. John Roberts says, you are absolutely a mid-table Leeds finish higher. Don't know what that means.
What?
Oh, I think this is a Leeds fan. You're absolutely mid-table team, Leeds finish higher. Okay, cool. We'll see about that. Steve Doyle says, I said it all last season. What do we look good at? Last season, not a lot, I'll be honest. Jay said, 2-man midfield going up against a trio can't work with Bruno and Casemiro. Imagine those 2 versus Caicedo and Lavia. Cunha and Mbeumo will only flourish with a solid midfield foundation. Need to throw the dice and use the Bruno. 120 million on 2 midfielders. Still looking at selling Bruno there, according to Jay. Mark says, Cunha. To the tune of Ruby by Kaiser Chiefs. Thoughts?
We're not selling Bruno. That's not happening, is it?
No.
And also, if we get a midfielder, we need to get a midfielder where we're not sat here like we are with Manuel Ugarte debating it in a year if you're going to get rid of Bruno. That's what you need to do, because I think you said it a few weeks ago, Scott, we've still not replaced Fred.
No. Spring Fred back. To be honest.
Bring Fred back. Thoughts on the song?
It's from Leeds, so that's a no.
Perfect.
Didn't you know that?
Yeah, I said Kaiser Chiefs when we were talking about Leeds earlier.
Right.
Didn't you know that?
No.
Who's your favourite Kaiser Chief?
Ricky.
Ricky, yeah, the only one that anyone's heard of. Drew Peeballs.
Droopy balls. No, he's done you there.
No, because I didn't say it like that, did I?
Right, okay.
So there's a difference.
Right, Drew P balls.
Yeah,
Go
which
on.
is fine. Gallo is awful. He must hate Rasmus. Hands up for the Panther. Says so-called fans raging over a pre-season game says everything. Steam coming out of their ears, smashing tables. Actually sad people. Well, it's the first pre-season game, and one thing that we can say about it positive, it's over.
Are people actually doing that?
Yeah.
Are people smashing tables?
Well,
with steam coming out of their ears?
I think
because
metaphorical.
United have drawn a 0-0
Metaphorical
pre-season.
tables. Some of
That'd
the
be great
comments
if there
are
is.
relatively-
If anyone can, if there is footage of that happening in a pub
Yeah.
somewhere. Yeah, I'd love to see it.
believe it.
Seahole is annoyed at you. Says Jay needs sacking. He got me excited saying it was going to be 6-1. I believed him.
Right. Apologies, Mr. Hole. But trust me, right?
Didn't love that.
The game in New Jersey against whoever it is, West Ham, Bournemouth, forever, and I forget which one.
Nice.
That will be 6-1.
Apologies, Mr. Hole.
That's his name,
I know it is. But when you say it like that,
Mr. Hole.
it's like you've accidentally sat on something and talking to your bum. Scotty,
I'm glad you worded it like that. I thought you were going to go a lot worse than that.
No, it's not too
Right,
bad.
that's okay.
Scotty, it's been an absolute pleasure.
Yeah,
as
good to see you,
always,
man.
good to see you. Starting off this pre-season run. The tour begins next week, obviously, but that's plenty of videos coming up between now and then. A little bit of reaction maybe to this as well tomorrow. Thank you, Jay, as well, of course, as always. Thank you for everyone for joining us. This is the start of Manchester United's pre-season, and Boomo should be here for the next one. 0-0, clean sheet, which is just a brilliant start for Manchester United. No notes whatsoever, eh? Couldn't have been better, apparently. See you in a bit.